Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Our one, that's two, but one and only live this week. Starting tomorrow, I will actually be out of town through Sunday, which is my birthday. I'm going to be 42, so I'm so excited about not so much the birthday itself, but just being able to claim the number 42. I am so excited. Like, I can't tell you how excited I am. And for those of you that are like, wait, what? You want to turn a year older? Yes, I do. Specifically the age of 42. And I'm sure next year, 43, I'll be fine. But as far as 42, that is when your North Node or your Rahu energy in your chart is fully mature. Not to say we can't evolve and mature past age 42. I'm sure there are plenty of ways we can. Many people do it. But as far as all the planets and the shadow planets and the calculations that I personally know of, Rahu or the North Node is the one that matures the latest in life. Saturn is, arguably the next latest, anywhere between 36 and some even argue as late as 42. So, like, if that's my case, like, bring it on. Let's do it. But specifically, the North Node is the last to mature in the chart. Yeah, and it's funny because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that Mars is around age 25 when it's fully mature. But it does say, the prefrontal cortex of your brain isn't fully formed and mature until around 25. And for some people, I've even heard as late as 32 years old. So it's like you're not making actual rational decisions until after age 32 for some people. Like, whoa. But yeah, I'm really excited about that, and can't wait to see what the next year brings for me. Hello. Yeah, and I have learned about this thing called 10 hours of power. And if you don't know what that is, you can go to I think it's astroseek.com and search your solar return chart, and whatever time it says for your actual solar return. And for me this year, it's like 11:02 p.m. the night before my birthday, or 58 minutes before April 28th ticks over on the clock or on the calendar. So it'd be April 27th at 11:02 p.m. And then you have 10 hours from that point forward, so the next 10 hours. And if you're sleeping, that's probably the best way to spend your 10 hours of power, actually. But if you're not sleeping, it's best to, just mostly try to be in your own energy and not with a bunch of other people or doing something you hate or blah, blah, blah. Doing something that makes you feel empowered, something that's very introspective is like tops for your 10 hours of power. And you can even Google Shamanic Self 10 hours of power here on YouTube. She has a whole video deeper explaining all the things about it, but like, I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited. So excited, in fact, I'm going to turn my fan on because we have spring going on. So it may not be hot outside, but the upstairs heat rises in this house. So we got some nice breeze going in here now. Hello, everybody. Yes. So for those of you just joining us, we are going to be doing a one-card poll here in the next few. I did want to do a little show and tell because I have some candles going out the door that I recently created, and I'm super proud of this like whole batch / run of candles. I didn't make them all in the same day, but I'm considering them all part of the same batch the last 2 to 3 weeks that I've been making them. These aren't all of them. These are just kind of my happiest, funnest ones, I guess. So I'll just show you guys those real quick, and then we will, I don't know, do some shout outs. Let me actually do some shout outs first, then we'll do the show and tell. Then we're going to do things differently. And I actually have a few announcements as well, because I've just been kind of analyzing what is happening to my business, what is happening. And this is just the thing with Pluto directly on my ascendant, less than 1 degree off of my ascendant. It's like same degree pretty much, less than 1 degree of Libra. And my now ascendant is 29 point whatever degree of Virgo, or in Western astrology, they're both 23 point whatever degrees of of Libra, 24 degrees, I think it is, of Libra. So yeah, Pluto on the ascendant. I mean, I'm always shifting, I'm always changing, which is weird though, because you would think my appearance, I'd be like goth one week and I don't know, really like cottage core the next week. I don't know. I usually kind of maintain the same look. Like my hair has been the same for years. I look the same I did in high school. For the most part, I not quite dress the same, but like similar-ish, similar-esque. So it's not so much my looks or even, I mean, in ways, I guess my personality do shift and change with Pluto directly on my ascendant, but I found out that I show up to like shift and change other people's lives more than my own. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But yeah, so having that like scorpionic type energy right on the ascendant when I'm not even a Scorpio. I have Uranus in Scorpio per Western astrology, sorry, Vedic astrology. I don't know that I have anything in there for Western. Maybe they consider, yeah, I think Jupiter's considered in Scorpio for my Western placement, but happily slash unhappily in Libra in my Vedic slash Babylonian slash Hellenistic placement. Oh, Pluto on the first house, not conjunct or anything, but yeah, the business tower moments are intense. Yeah, because it does directly go right to my seventh house, which is like yourself out in the world, kind of your fame, I guess, so much. And then 10th house is more your legacy and your business stuff, but seventh house has something to do with that as well, because that solidly includes like your business partner, your life partner. Anybody who's not you is kind of lumped into the seventh house. Although other houses have, specific people, like fourth house is mother, ninth house in more Vedic astrology is father, but 10th house is more father in Western astrology. Third house is younger siblings. 11th house is older siblings. Sixth house is maternal aunts and uncles, your pets. Fifth house is children. Yeah. So all the different houses. And then if you want to see like, I don't know, for example, like your mom's youngest or younger sibling, you can count 3 houses away from the fourth. You count the fourth house as the first house. So fourth, fifth, sixth, maternal aunts and uncles. See, that's how you can kind of cheat your way around. So what would my father's mother be? Well, count 4 houses away from if you're Western astrology 10th house, if you're Vedic astrology 9th house. Well, 4 places away, count the 10, 11, 12. First house would be a reflection of your father's mother. Your brother's wife, it would be, say it's younger brother. So what's directly opposite your third house? Your 9th house would, be your brother's wife. So yeah, it's really cool how you can make a little fun game out of this, to see, like, if you don't have a chart for someone or have a birth time for someone, but you want to know, say you have a crush on someone, just take your 5th house, and obviously your 5th house is going to be your 5th house all the time, but because you're attracted to someone romantically, take your 5th house as the first house, and then also take those transits into consideration, because there's something going on in the transit that is going to say maybe something about your crush or why you have this specific crush or something like that. And if you, again, just want to put your 4th house to find out like what's going on with your mother, if, anything going on there, or your children. And you can even break it down, like your first kid would be your 5th house, and then 5 places away from that would be your second. Like, I mean, you can get real specific with this stuff, but yes. I went off on a bit of a tangent, but I'm thinking, do you guys want announcements or show and tell first? Because maybe we'll do show and tell first. Let's do show and tell first. I'm going to write down my announcements just so I don't let myself forget. So let me write this down. And so we're going to be doing something a little different for our 1-card pull today. It's kind of a pick a card style, but we'll get into that momentarily, and I'll let you know more about that. So let's share a few candles, and then we're going to get into it. But yeah, back to my original thought before I went off on the astrological / astrology tangent. Yeah, something's going on. Rahu in my 10th house. Let's really shake things up. So I'm like wanting to obsessively give in my business, but there's not anything coming back my way. And it's really, I mean, not that there's nothing coming my way. Yes, there is a bit here and a bit there and a bit here. Which like one of my friends is like basically funding my little side candle project by buying gifts like for Mother's Day and birthdays for like all her witchy friends. So I think that's so sweet that she's supporting. I mean, it's not even a candle business; it's just kind of a little side thing at this point. And she even gifted a few friends with readings to kind of help bump my business up a little bit. And I'm just like, you are the sweetest friend I've ever had in my life. But I just thought that was so neat. But anywho, and these smell so good. Oh my gosh, I cannot. I'm obsessed with like the alchemy of mixing scents. Like I have discovered a new passion like you would not believe. But this is a birth candle for somebody. I'm not going to spoil it because she's sometimes on on these live streams, not always, but sometimes. But she's going to be getting this weekend. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And she is a life path 4. I think that would make her with these candle cards. We have the Emperor and the Death card for her tarot birth cards. And she likes black, white, and royal blue. So there's this candle. And everything on here is wax except for the little glittery bobs, which they're not going to cause a fire hazard. I've tested a lot of candles. And then we have this little chunk of sodalite here, this little heart. And then a couple obsidians, some labradorite, and selenite. You can see the little shards of selenite that are kind of more rectangular, long rectangular. As long as like this one right here, and I would say anyone getting a candle like this, pick all of the, especially near the wick and anything that would be inside the wick pool, pull all those crystals out before you start the burn so that you can have a nice even burn. Yeah, so, but the cards and this little moon guy over here and this crown are all wax pieces that I painted with mica and what have you. So they will just melt right in with everything and no fire hazard at all. So yes. And I have set the intention. These sit on my altar with, blessings and intention for your highest good, because this is a birth card candle. This is whatever it is that her spirit, we're overriding any matrix programming. This is something that just making my own personal tarot birth card candle and any other intention candles, like speechless with how well they've worked. I think maybe I just need to start doing one for my business stuff. Maybe that'll help me. But hopefully who this one is for will enjoy it. This one I can spoil. She's a very busy girl. So she's not going to be on here. This is for my sister. And she has the same birth cards as I. We're both life path 7s. And we have the Chariot and the Tower. She absolutely loves like a teal and yellow moment with gold and purple, silvery, gold. Yeah, all the things. So the candle base is like a very light lilac purple, which you can kind of see kind of under the flower. Maybe it's not really picking up the purple. But as this burns, it will become a much deeper purple. But yeah, so this is the Life Path 7 birth card candle. But so far with all the Life Path candles that I've created, they've all been custom orders because I don't have a client base right now. So I will get the color schemes the people that want to order will like, and whatever they're into. And of course I have these little silicone molds for like different flowers, different little shapes. One of my friends is like obsessed with mermaids, so I have lots of mermaid themed things so that she can, get into it. And yeah, it's working well. It's working well. So that one's for my sister. And then this is a special order that my friend Jessa did for one of her friends. I love this one. It's Moonflower Nectar scented, and I just got like a little note on there. But this is the Break Free from the Matrix. And I don't think the lighting can do this one justice because it's very dark. But I have like little kind of hive matrix pieces that are broken up. I used a brain because a lot of the matrix programming is literally in our subconscious mind. Our whole subconscious mind, if you ask me, is just basically completely implanted, whether it means anything from our past life, current life, or not. Like it's just like these deep running fears, these like witch wounds, these are all subconscious programs. And the lightning strike or the lightning bolt is indicative of our true spirit coming in and just cleaning house, breaking it free. We got some selenite in here. We've got some glitter and all the fun things. Again, the lighting is horrible. I'll probably show you guys pictures on my phone just a closer up. And then these two went thrifting for some vintage crystal ware. I love these two. Let me just show you. This one is really fun. It's French lilac, and if anybody knows me, they know the scent of a lilac flower is like my favorite thing ever. And these smell so genuinely close to an actual lilac. I don't think I could tell the difference. And I have been in all the Bath and Body Works and all the other places, but Candle Science, where I get my scents, these are all clean burning scents, by the way. There's no, cancer causing fun stuff in there. So highly clean and ethically sourced everything, but I've been in all the places looking for the perfect lilac smelling candle. Never found one until I got the scent for Candle Science. And I just made, because there's different colored lilac petals. And I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't just do kind of a plain base background. I did like a lavender kind of lilac-y colored purple. And some of the flowers are just kind of blending into the background, which I'm like, darn it. If I had it to do again, I would just do kind of a cream colored background, or maybe even a pale yellow, very pale yellow. But yeah, we got all the mica powder and all the fun things in here. But the smell is absolutely amazing. I can't. Okay, and then this one, at first when I first made it, I set down like the big pieces, and I'm like, I like it, but I don't love it. And then I started adding all the whimsical, I'm calling this one Springtime Party. And these two, the lilac candle and this one, are for our White Elephant family reunion gift exchange that we do. It's a cousin chick. We call it the cousin chick party. It's for all the female cousins, like my mom's aunts, her cousins, my mom's generations, all my cousins and third cousins, and at this point, fourth and fifth cousins. Like not everybody, because my grandma was one of 16 kids. So we got quite the extended family, but there are those that come every time. But Party in the Springtime, I love this one so much. And yes, all the pieces in this one, yes, are candle wax as well. And this orchid here, hand painted, like the one in my sister's candle as well. I just made it with the mold and then hand painted it with glittery mica powder. I cannot get it right. There we go. So I love it. And the orchid mold, I have two different orchid molds, which I really love. And this one's more flat, so I thought it'd be best for this. But, they're such a divine feminine flower, because some people do say they kind of look like female genitalia a little bit, which, not gonna lie, they kind of do, don't they? But really beautiful, really beautiful. And I love it. I love it. And this one is saltwater orchid, or sea salt orchid, whatever you want to call that one, which I love. I love. And then, yeah, so this one's my sister's again, the yellow orchid with the, yeah. And then two teeny little tea lights, which I think these are so fun. They turned out fun. But when I ordered these, funny little story. When I ordered these containers, I thought they were like this size. You got to really read the fine print on these things, or you're going to get this. But I'm actually happy accident, because look what happened. Look what happened. I'm obsessed with these little guys. They're so fun. And these are Moonflower Nectar scented, by the way. But aren't they fun? Aren't they fun? There we go. I love them. I think they're so fun. Just a tiny little tea light sized. And they, of course, have little glitter chips and crystal chips. And, of course, all those bigger pieces are wax melts that are just going to melt right in there and not cause any issues with your burn. No fire hazards contained within. Oh, yes, I need them for the tea light holders you paint. Yes, and Amber and I have actually worked out a fun little exchange. So when we do that official like lift off or exchange, I'll show you guys what she sends. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right, so let me catch up on your comments, and then I'll do the little announcement section. But yeah, I'm just having so much fun with this candle stuff that I just had to show you guys. All right, let me scroll back up because I've missed quite a bit. Okay. Yes, okay. Wow, ooh, who made that? Oh my gosh, I want one. Yeah, these are ones I just made in the past week or two. Most of them I've had made, and then I just put all the finishing touches, the details on top over this weekend. So I didn't have them to show you last time. I mean, I just had like the plain candle, really smooth, creamy tops with the wax I use. It's a coconut soy blend, which is perfection for that really good scent, both when you smell it without it being burned. Like, you can really smell it, but not in that overpowering high chemical kind of way that you can in like Bath and Body Works. Like, to me, that's way too much. That's just so much that it knocks your socks off. And I can't do that. It gives me a headache like instantly. But these, they will. And I have a 1,421 square foot house. and I can burn something, of course, each scent kind of varies, but like the oak moss and amber that I use for my money manifestation candles, which work really well, by the way. I don't know if I told you guys this. I'll tell you after this. But I'll burn that downstairs, and I can even smell upstairs, but not in this like knock your socks off overpower. It's a very subtle yet there scent that will just kind of waft throughout your space. And of course, if you have any fans going in that, that'll help get the scent dispersed if you're someone who likes to have the scent going everywhere. Yeah, so fun, so fun. Oh, you'd love to receive that as a gift. Yeah, that's my hope, is especially for the white elephant gift that we do. Springtime party candle. And I'm making my mother-in-law one very similar to this for Mother's Day. Don't worry, it's not a spoiler alert. She doesn't watch these live streams. And I have a couple others I'm making for her as well. But she's gonna get wickless candles because she has one of those like candle lamps. So I've made all of hers. They're just made, but no prettiness on top yet. They're ready. Because I make these about a month ahead of when I want to burn it, or when I want the client to be able to burn it, because it needs time to really allow that fragrance oil to infuse in the wax and cure, I guess. Because if you just mix it all together and then burn it that day or even later that week, it's not going to be as strong and immersive of a scent. And again, not in that knock your socks off kind of way, but it would be much better you wait about a month from the date that it's made. 2 weeks, you could probably get away with it, but I like to go the distance and give it about a month, because I've found that is just the best as far as the infusion of all the fragrance oil, and get the most for your money, you know what I mean? Yeah, oh, she wants one. Yeah, not my business yet, but Bella changed their logistics again. I won't sidetrack the stream again, but I can't explain in the progress report. I swear I'll make it soon. Oh, cool. Yeah, you have an excuse. You've been sick. You've had to go grocery shopping. You know, I get it. It's a lot, you know? I hope you're feeling better, by the way. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm having fun with these. Thank you, Daisha. Thank you. Yeah, you have no idea how hard it is for me to find good spellwork candles either. Too big, uneven burning, or expensive prices for no reason. Right. Yeah, and these smell so good. Yeah, these are like a 8-ounce container, but the wax content is probably closer to 6 something ounces. And then I have even smaller ones. This is kind of my like happy place as far as candles. And I've learned to do a double wick in these ones. I don't know if you can quite see it. Boom and boom. Double wick with these bad boys, because then you don't have any tunneling and you just get a nice even burn. Usually by the second time, if you're burning it, let's say around 2 hours the first time, and then you burn it another, hour to 2 hours the second time, you'll have an even burn. There's no tunneling in that. The trial and error of it all. My first money candle I made had some pretty gnarly tunneling because I only did one wick in the center, and but by the time it got down to about a third of the way, most of the tunneling was gone except in just one little spot on the side. So it kind of solved its own issue after a while, but I wasn't happy with it, because any candle I burn, I like to have it all when the melt pool, solidifies again. I like the whole candle to be even. I don't like to be a big hole down to the wick. And always trim your wicks, guys, between burns. Biggest tip I can give you: trim it to about 1/8 of an inch, like real small. Not like even with the wax, but like 1/8 of an inch above the wax, like real tiny. That way you won't have those like mushroom edges on the top when you burn it, and then you'll get all the sooting and the smoke. You don't want any of that. You want a nice clean burn. Real pretty. Yeah. Hi, Marlene. Welcome. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for all the nice compliments. Yes, claim our abundance. Seriously. I have a new client now. Yay. Yeah. And I'd say, just if you guys are wanting to do any kind of special order or talk, whatever, you can email me at amanda@dunphotodesign.com. And I would say give me about 3 weeks from the time you order it till you get it, or your, whoever, if you're ordering as a gift or something. That way, not only will I have time to make it, but then create it and allow it that cure time to where when you do get it, if you're just like, oh, I want to burn it, then you can. I'd say at least 3 weeks, as far as from the time I pour that wax, get the fragrance oil and wax all stirred up together and pour it and let it sit. 3 weeks should be good to go. Let's see. Yeah. Definitely the chariot one for me. Your birth month is the 7th. Oh, fun. Fun, fun. Yeah, and if you want to know what your tarot birth cards are, if you already know your life path number, you find that number, you take the first 22, if you count the 0 of the Fool as the, 0 card, or tack it on the end or the beginning. There's 22 major arcana cards, and most people, I think, if not all people, will have 2 tarot birth cards that way. So as a life path 7, I take the 7th tarot card, which is the chariot, and then also the 16 card, because 1 plus 6 is 7, the tower, dun dun dun. Well, Pluto on the ascendant, why am I going to be scared of the tower card? Nah, I'm not. Bring it on. But be nice about it. Start a website, please. Yeah, I mean, as far as right now, we're still very much in the hobbyist phase of the candle operation, but like every other business I've ever started has started in this very same way, to where I just do it because I love it and it's fun. And then I start sharing the love with other people, or posting pictures of stuff, or showing people it. And then they want, when it was photography business, they wanted the photos. When it was the tarot stuff, they wanted the readings, there it is. And also I had a crochet, like a handmade business back in the day as well. Hootie Doll Designs, named after my dog Judy. We called her Hootie or Hootie Doll all the time. So yeah, but that was very low profit margin because of how many hours and hours a person spends crocheting something, and then what someone's willing to exchange monetarily for that. There's just, I still enjoy enjoy crocheting, and I do it from time to time. It's been a while, but I still do it once in a while, but not so much for profit or even take on orders anymore at all, just because it's just, I love doing it, but I just don't spend a lot of time doing it anymore. And I've kind of now moved on to other loves at this point. Candles. But yeah, so for every business I've ever had, I've never had to run an ad anywhere or pay for marketing or advertising. It's just been either word of mouth or my own photos or my own whatever about it. And that's kind of how I do business personally, because I'm not one of those hard sell people, and I never will be. I'm just not. Yeah, so many molds. I know, so many molds, so little time. The brain. I know, isn't that fun? I'm like, is this a little much? But like, I mean, I made it bubblegum pink, so like, ain't nothing wrong with that, right? And it's gonna melt, so like, if it's like, ew. But I can't wait. I want to actually make myself one of these and just see what I can do with my intentions in a break free from the Matrix scandal, because like, I've been obsessively trying to break free from the Matrix for a minute now. Yeah, I don't yet have a website, but I'm thinking I might start just a new Instagram just for the candle stuff. And then, I don't even know what I'm going to call it yet. I have no idea. I'm seriously flying by the seat of my pants at this point. But I'm basically, I'll just do orders for people who want them, like word of mouth, like this right now. And I have like, usually no more than, we got 14 people right now, which to me seems like a very high number. Oh, went down to 13. There we go. Usually I don't have too many more than that watching my live streams at any given time. So like, the amount of demand that people are going to have on the candles is probably going to be relatively low. So until it's not, I guess. And then at that point I can just, open another day in my schedule for candle making and just hit it harder. But I am not willing at this point to take away from my writing time, because that technically is my main job, main priority. This is price second, and then candles is fun third place. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, so intentional and necessary right now. And like, I want a work of art. Like, is it so much to ask to have a candle that looks like a work of art? It's a work of art. Maybe not the best art you've ever seen, but I have fun. I have fun with it. And my cousin Tanya's is kind of a favorite of mine as far as all the birth card candle sets I've made yet. This is probably my favorite one. And it's so her. That's what I love about it, is like, at first I'm like, how am I going to make this feel like her? And this is for my cousin Tanya. So if she's watching, spoiler alert, Tanya, she won our giveaway on the last live stream. So hopefully she's not here right now. Maybe she got her live stream fixed last time and is not here. Because I want to see her face when she opens it, when I see her. And yes, I put 2 little glitter eyeballs on the moon, because why not? Like, let's have fun with this, right? And this was just kind of a cream, kind of whitish colored background candle that I then swirled black and navy or kind of more royal blue mica powder into. It's not giving what I want it to give. I might have to show the actual photos of it because they are so much better than what I got going on there. But let me see. We'll just start the scroll, I guess. Okay, so there's the little tea lights, picture of those. More true to color. Okay, here we go. So there, I can probably turn my screen brightness up a bit so we can actually see what's happening here as well. So yes, there we go. More true to color here. Let's see. Oh, this one's a video, I guess. Oops. Sorry, show and tell will be over soon. And then we'll get to announcements, but I mean, I could just sit, and I'm the one that made this, so this sounds kind of weird, I guess, but I could just sit and open the candle and just kind of turn, like, especially if you're in direct sunlight, either through a window or outside, just turn it and look at it, and, like, it's almost meditative. It's almost like a visual experience. I don't know. It's like a microcosm. It's like the cosmos in a microcosm. I don't know. To me, it's so fun. It's so fun. And there's just a closer up. Again, it's kind of blown out. Sorry about the lighting here. Oh, no lighting. Don't do that. Don't do that, lighting. You're so blown out. Maybe if I do this. No. There. That's better, but it's all sideways. Sorry. Okay, I swear I'm getting to the point. Okay, so there's the birth card for Tanya's candle kind of in progress. The lilac candle. Let me turn my screen brightness down just a scotch. Maybe that'll help. There, that does help, I think. My messy workstation in the back on my counter. Breaking free from the matrix candle. There's it out in the sunlight with the video. Much easier to see in this kind of lighting situation than what I was trying to show you here live on the screen. Just a still shot of it. A little blown out, but better, I guess. What else? Oh. Inside the kitchen area there. All right, let's see. Sorry, I'm getting to the point. So reversal candles, which we have one right here. But the red top, black on bottom will reverse just any negativity that's directly affecting you in that moment, or it's kind of like that catch-all, used for any negative things against anything, especially if you use your intuition, you feel like someone's attacking your abundance or your whatever. But then the black on top, red on bottom is specifically reversing anything that's standing in the way or blocking or harming your love life. Green on top, white on bottom. Sorry, green on top, black on bottom. For money or abundance, anything standing in the way or blocking, which I'm going to make up a batch of those pronto for myself and anyone else who wants them. And also white on top, black on bottom is specifically for entity attack, either through your thoughts, literally showing up as, demonic or poltergeist activity in your house, haunting, just anything that feels like entity interference in your life. The white on top, black on bottom candle. Yeah, but you can also use the red on top, black on bottom candle for jinn, demons, entities, any of that. It'll work. Because that's what I did when I had that big psychic attack come in, and it worked. So. And there's Tanya's candle. See, it looks so much better in pictures than on this live stream. I love it. I'm such a fan because the blues are so much brighter in person than what I was trying to show you live with the candles. My sister's not the best lighting in my kitchen. I think I took it outside. Much better. Yeah, party in the springtime, and I got a better. Yeah, here's the video. I love that one. I don't know what it is. It's just so bright. It reminds me of I don't know, all the 80s cartoons, like My Little Pony and Care Bears, and just all the bright colors that us 80s and 90s babies loved back in the day. My sister's birth card. You can really see the purple along the bottom of the flower in that video. Not so much you couldn't see it in person, well, on the live. And then there's just a little picture of all of them kind of combined there. All right, enough with the show and tell. I've talked too much. And those of you that could care less or could not care less about candles, my apologies. I'm having so much fun right now with the candles. Okay. So yes, to inquire about candles, and just so you know, I may not get back to you right away because I'm kind of transitioning from baseball tonight into trip first thing in the morning. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'll be home Sunday, but then we've got soccer right when I get back. But you'll hear from me. You'll hear from me. So it's just Amanda at donePhotoDesign.com. Boom. To inquire about the candles and any specific ideas. I even have a list that I've just kind of created a little running list of just candles that I have made or think would be cool to make. And I have actually some inner child candles downstairs, but I have not decorated the tops of. And they are orange creamsicle scented, and oh my gosh, they smell so good. Road opener candle, shadow work candle, spiritual level up candle, inner child healing candle, astrology or tarot custom candle, protection candle, release and letting go candle, money or abundance candle, manifestation candle, love, twin flame, soulmate candle, creativity, muse, creative genius candle, motivation candle, unlock your potential candle, divine path candle, breaking free from the matrix candle, spiritual cleanse candle, restoring your personal power candle, and then different taper and chime candles like the reversal candle, the blockbuster candle, which I haven't made one yet, but I have an idea. And then I have the moon spell candle to release or let go of contracts that you have either knowingly or unknowingly with the moon, and specifically with the feminine. It controls the feminine, controls the water in everybody. All the water controls the water. So I did that. I had to re-wick that candle, melt it back down, re-wick it 3 different times, but the 3rd time was the charm. I double wicked it by putting both at the top of the candle, both wicks kind of go at the same point in the middle. And then, because I actually make the candle upside down in the little mold, so I put the wicks through the little hole I made for myself in the top, and then I kind of V'd them out toward each side of the candle, and it burned much better. It's going to burn decently quick if you do get a a moon spell candle. It'll leave a big melt pool of wax. So you're going to want a nice big plate or container that's fire safe around that to contain the melt pool. But just consider that your spell has worked, because, a lot of times there is wax left over after candle spell. Sometimes there's not. Sometimes you can get a full clean done burn with that, and that's amazing. But certain candles, especially if you're having to double wick because of the shape, it would tunnel so much with just one wick in the middle, and it would just kind of put itself out. So that's why I had to re-wick it and try 3 different things, and finally came to that conclusion that we're just gonna have a lot of wax left over at the end. It's not gonna be a slow burn. I think it burned in under 2 hours. But hey, if you're looking for a quick spell, you just want it, you get it going and get it done, and you're not having to relight it every day for 7 days until the candle's completely burned down, like a lot of spell candles. It's a quick spell to work. So yes, then you can just toss all the wax from that, and yeah, totally. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. You look like yo-yos. Oh, they do, don't they? These little guys. They very much do. They even have kind of but yeah. They smell better than any yo-yo I've ever smelled. They're fun. All right, enough candle talk. I said that like 3 times now. Sorry. You need them for tea lights. Yes, I do. Oh, let me catch up here. Yeah, make an Instagram. I'm going to do that. Let's see. Yeah, the minis are fun, aren't they? I'd love to order some candles. Yay. Oh, Life Path 2 and Destiny 7. Well, see, you could even do, like, if you wanted a tarot card candle with, all of your Destiny cards, all of your Life Path cards, like, I could make it happen. Oh, you're Life Path 7 too, just like me. Yeah, I'm Life Path 7. Oh gosh, is my Destiny a 3? I can't remember. I can't remember if it's personality number or destiny number is a 3, or if those are the same. No, Heart's Desire and Destiny, I think, are the same number. Or definitely are interchangeable or mean the same thing. Personality, I can't remember what I am. I don't remember off the top of my head now. Yeah, and there's different ways you can calculate. Of course, your standard life path, usually it'll be, depending if you do like a Chaldean numerology calculation or a the English something. I can't remember the different ways to calculate it, but usually you will come to the same number for life path, but like your personality, I think, uses the letters in your name, and also your destiny and all those use the letters within your birth name that's on your birth certificate. And there's different ways actually of calculating those based on different numerology systems. And Chaldean is said to be the most accurate to who you actually are on a like soul contract / spirit level. Yeah. Oh, life path 22. How cool. Life path 5, Gemini 5, born on the 23rd, 5, and my destiny number is 5, also born in May. Look at all the 5s. Yeah, 5s could truly float away. I love it. Yeah, totally. Yeah, make an Instagram. Started writing your ebook, and it feels like the floodgates of my heart have opened up. I am so happy for you. Is that not the best feeling? Especially you writers out there, really any creative self-expression type of thing, it's a similar feeling. But writing, I don't know, there's something different about being in a writing creative flow state versus a candle making creative flow state or whatever. Something about writing specifically just feels so empowering. I don't know what it is. It's about like using our words and from our heart. Like, it's beautiful. I love it. Oh, you love the lavender one. Thank you. You did say entity. I need a lot of those. Right. Did you say entity? Well, I'll be sending you one of those. I will. Don't apologize. I'm the same when I start talking about my art. I know. I feel like that autistic, and I'm not making fun of autistic people. I myself never been like fully diagnosed, but the signs are there. When they're there, they're there. Where we just like to info dump on our special interests. Like, it's a thing that happens. Not with every single autistic person, because if you've met one autistic person, you've met one autistic person, because we're all so different. But it's a thing with some of us, for sure. Yeah, been a journey through grief, but I understand why I was placed on this earth now. Aw, go claim your payday. Thank you. Hi, Julie's video. We're getting to the point. I wanted to talk and hang out for a minute before we get really going. Need one of each, please. There you go. Well, hey, hit me up. Email amanda@donePhotodesign.com if you want to inquire about candles and all the fun things. And they're at a slightly lower price point than they would be if I was just selling them, because I'm still learning and I'm still growing, and yeah, Little ones would be great for a quick spell too. Not sure if that was mentioned. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you had a little intention you wanted to set, love that. I love that moonflower nectar set. Oh my gosh, so good. Yeah, it's hard to know you have a message to spread and feeling like you can't flow. Oh, it really is. And then once it starts flowing, you're like, I'm king of the world. From Titanic. Although that did not have the happiest ending for that character, so I won't spoil it for those. It's been, over 20 plus years since that came out, so I don't think I'm spoiling for anybody. I mean, spoiler alert, if you have not seen Titanic, the ship goes down at the end. Well, toward the middle to end of the movie, the ship goes down. Sorry if I ruin the ending for anybody. I won't ruin the ending by saying if anyone dies or not, but spoiler alert, people die. It happened. It did. Sorry. Too soon? I hope it's not too soon. Oh, you think you're a life path 4? Oh, Florence B's a life path 33. Robin Stinson's life path 9. So cool. Yes. Ooh, 17. Look at us. Oh, 18 people. Someone else has joined the chat. I love when that happens. I don't think we've had that many people here at one time in a hot minute. But speaking of that, since I've got you all here, let me just do a quick little shout of announcements, and then we're going to get into our free one card pull for today, which is going to be different than we normally do. Stand by, I'll tell you how. I was watching back in some of my past live streams just to time myself from reading to reading, just to kind of get a kind of average on how long am I spending doing readings. And just for a comparison, if you book a 10-minute reading, either pre-recorded or Zoom face-to-face with me, 10 minutes is $33. If you book a 20-minute session, it's $66. So basically 10 or 20. And guys, I always go over the time. You know me. You know me. So a 10-minute session's closer to a 20-minute session. A 20-minute session's closer to a 30 to 35-minute session, let's be honest. And then an hour session is 177, which if you just took the 33 of a 10-minute session, you would end up paying, I think, $199. So you actually save money by booking a 1-hour session. But again, the 1-hour session is usually closer to an hour and a half. Again, let's be honest. I'm not good at sticking to my own boundaries. So what I'm going to do today, and just until I can kind of reel it back, because I noticed I've been spending upwards of 15, 20, and yes, on one reading, 26 minutes for a full read. 26 minutes I spent doing a full read, which in the moment I feel like, wow, I need to tell them more. I need to tell them more. Like, so much is coming out. This is amazing. And I'm not like mad at it, but like at the same time, I'm giving so much for the same price. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna today, and until I can kind of get in this groove of dialing it back a little bit to where a 1-card pull, which again, you guys know me, it's never 1 card. I'm gonna try to keep those between 3 to 5 minutes because that's how I priced my readings. That's how I priced them. And it was actually closer to the 3-minute, and then the full read was supposed to be 6 minutes, maybe 8 minutes. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes though. 10 minutes for a full read. And then 3 to 5 minutes for the kind of 1-card $11 valued read. And then for the free reading we do at the beginning, which is, we're not quite at the beginning anymore because I rambled. We're going to be doing about a minute and a half. So I hope that sounds fair. I hope no one feels cheated or like I'm leaving. But if you do, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to do it. But if yes, claim your worth. Thank you. If I'm not going to claim my worth, no one's going to do it for me, you know, even if you guys are so lovingly and supportive in the comments, like, but no one's going to do it for me. I'm going to have to do it for myself. Right. So deep breaths. I'm sorry. This is much better than me having to, I guess, raise my prices because I haven't done that in, I think it's been almost 3 years now since I've raised the price of what I'm offering. And yeah, I just noticed I'm giving longer and longer readings and I'm just staying the same price. And, you know, the economy is just, I mean, even just to go through a fast food restaurant is almost just as expensive now as like a full-on restaurant. But my prices are still the same. And I don't want to have to up my prices. I really don't. I don't. Yes, right? Time is money. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. And everybody else who's here. Oh, Amber Azel iPad 9. Fun. Thank you. That's so sweet, you guys. I knew you guys would understand, but yeah. I'm just trying to do what's fair for everybody, including myself. Where in the past, I would say up until maybe even a year ago, I was always putting everyone in front of me and before me and hoping people wouldn't be mad or, you know, walking on eggshells to try to please everybody. And the person I was pleasing the least was myself. And that's not fair to me either. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I said it. I did it. Here we go. Oh, it's the intensity or attraction of your candle. Oh, I don't know what exactly that's in response to, Amber, but cool. Sounds fair to yourself and everyone you read for. Thank you. No one's getting more attention than another. Yeah. And I mean, there are times someone's really having a time and I really do go deep and I'll probably still do that if I feel called. So yeah, maybe in those instances, someone gets a little more than what they've paid for, but that's not on them. That's on me. You know what I mean? Like, that's on me. Yeah, because they're not like, I expect a 25-minute reading for this money. No, that's me just wanting to give that. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Talking money is always hard. Yeah, do the same for your candles too. Yeah. I'm trying to price them lower than, you know, someone who's been in the game, obviously, but still try to at least, I mean, absolutely cover my costs and then also some of my time, you know. Yeah, just calculated. Oh, you're a 4. Cool. Aquarius, but told to listen to Virgo because it's my rising. Yeah, I really resonate even more with my rising sign than I do my sun sign or my moon sign. But it goes for me, I resonate most with ascendant. And yes, even since the Virgo switch from Libra to Virgo switch, I still resonate most with that. Second is my moon sign, and probably eighth or seventh is my sun sign in my chart personally. Like I'm still I know the sun matures, I want to say anywhere between age 25 and 28 as far as the planetary whatever in your chart, but I still feel like I'm so far removed from my sun sign. Maybe that's a good thing though. Maybe that's a good thing. Interesting how that is. But I've been that way since a child when I was just following your, those little star scrolls that they had at the, checkout at the grocery store, those little scrolls, like Taurus, October 1995. Like I used to buy those. They were like 98 cents or something back in the day. And I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. But I can't remember which friend of mine, but we're at the grocery store buying like candy and some soda, all the fun things kids buy. And I'm like, oh, let's get a star scroll. We have money left. So I like bought me and her one. And she was a Libra sun. She was born in October. Maybe that's why I said October, whatever, 95. But hers was Libra. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is me. Why can't I be a Libra? Here, you be a Taurus, I be a Libra. Because I'm a Taurus sun per Western astrology, but an Aries sun per Vedic astrology. Yeah. And if you don't resonate with your specifically Western sun sign, it's because that's not the whole end all be all of who you are. You are made up of all 12 houses, and all the planets are somewhere within that 12 wheel zodiac. And even if you have an empty house, say you have an empty Libra, for instance, well, where's your Venus? Because Venus rules that empty Libra house, say Libra in the 5th house. Well, where's your Venus? Oh, it's in the 1st house? Well, even though that Libra 5th house is empty, you're going to feel very artistic and creative with Venus in the 1st house, what's ruling your creativity house. Like, hello. Even if it looks empty, like, oh, nothing's going on there. Yes, there is. There really is. So crazy, isn't it? Yeah, other people are doing same, do not carry the intention. Oh, you have. Oh, the other people who are doing the same do not carry the intention. Oh, I got what you're saying. I got it. Yes. Let's see. Just calculate. I'm a 4. Oh, yep. Let's see. Oh, Linda. Oh, how to calculate. You can just go life path number calculator or destiny number calculator, personality number calculator to find out those numbers for yourself. Yeah. And then you can watch all the YouTube videos about, what does a life path 7? What does a life path 4 mean? What does a destiny number 6 mean? All the things just to see if they resonate. And 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, there's something there that resonates usually because this whole matrix is set up that way. Yeah. Oh, other people are, yeah, I read that one. Oh, it's 5. Oh, cool. Used to love those scrolls too. I know they quit making them. I haven't seen them in years, probably 20, 25 years. I haven't seen them around. And it's weird because you don't really notice things go away until it's like years and years later. You're like, wonder whatever happened to that guy or that thing or that. It's so weird. I always used to wonder why, Aquarius didn't seem to resonate right. Libra, haha. A strange epiphany yesterday. Why do we have to prove ourselves in the very now moment? It's okay to relax and go with the flow. Just a thought. I love that, Amber. Yes, that's my life motto. I love that. Well, I need to learn to grow into that type of life motto because, like, heck yeah. Yeah, same thoughts. Yeah, we're all on the same wavelength here. Okay, speaking of wavelengths, let's get into our now 1 card pull for everybody who's here. We got 15 people. That feels like a good number to me. So we're going to do it a little different today. You still get the fun time, but we're going to have kind of pick a card, pick a deck style, and just look. This, if I were to shuffle this as one big stack, I want to keep the separation here. Gotta keep them separated. So I'm going to turn them this way because I just shuffled and let the top card speak for what. But if I were to shuffle this as one stack, that is hard to shuffle. So I usually will cut these in half. And I used to obsessively use these over on Patreon for our weekly readings, and they were always on point. And it's been a while, probably since Patreon days, since I've used this deck. So I thought today, we're going to do it. We're doing it, fellas and ladies. We're doing it. So again, I don't know if it's going to be opposite for you, but we're calling this pile A, the tortoise. And pile B is lightning. A, B. So in the chat, type either A by itself or B. And then I will know to pull you a card from pile A or pile B when it's your turn. So A, wait, sorry, A, B. And don't let what's going on the card dissuade you. Think more of the stack behind it. But if you are really drawn to lightning or really drawn to tortoises lately, then take that as a sign, I guess. But this specifically is not your reading, just to help you pick the stack we're going to pull from for you personally. So pile A, pile B. And if you're just joining us and you didn't see what's going on here, you're just going to have to wing it and pick either A or B, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to set pile A on this. Pile A is my left. Pile B is my right. Here we go. All right. So starting at the top, and if it appears that I have skipped you, just hold on. Sometimes in the studio end of YouTube studio, I don't quite see things in the same order as people on the replay or that are live see them. Okay, so we're going to start with Susan Jacobs. Oh, your son is in the hospital, but far away. I'm hoping he's sent nearer to us. Oh, no. Well, let's get Susan a card from pile B. Okay, and we've got one right here. Scales, keep your life in balance. So things will balance out. If he feels very far away, I know this isn't exactly everything because we're not needing to ask questions for these, but because it was right above your response, I figured this has something to do with it. But even balancing your own energy will make it so maybe you can go visit him or something like this. All right. But yeah, keep your life in balance and things will feel more fair, more balanced, obviously, and just feel more in the flow. And if things feel really out of balance right now, that might just be this need for you, Susan, to just step back a little bit, take inventory, take stock of what's not working, what is working, and try to split the difference. All right, so then we have Firestorm Lady, and you also want pile B, so we're going to go back to pile B. Pile B for Firestorm Lady. What does she need to know right now? In alignment with her true spirit. And we have the flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Yes. I love that. Yes, do not be tempted to lower your standards, even if it looks like keeping the peace or making everybody happy. Like just like we were talking about earlier with, well, I can go above and beyond for all these people, but I'm the one who's not happy because I didn't set a proper boundary and it's not their fault. That's my fault. You know what I mean? Not saying anything's your fault, but it's about do not lower your, boundaries, your standards just to please other people specifically. All right. So Amber also wants from pile B, so we're going to keep it up here. Amber, what does Amber need to know in alignment with her true spirit? And we have here fire, strong emotion, passionate love, or hate. So there could be some strong emotions bubbling up, but emotions are not who we are. They are telling us, kind of helping us keep our finger on the pulse of what's actually going on in our energy field, or even things from our past that are still in our energy field that are now rising to the surface to be released. So there's a big release coming. So maybe even using fire, the element of fire, through candle magic or, writing out all the things you want to just info dump onto a page or purge, declutter, whatever it is, and then light that paper up, donate those items, whatever it is. But yeah, there's this strong emotion rising up. So you can do some healing work here. All right. Brianna, let's switch to pile A for Brianna. Pile A. In alignment with Brianna's true spirit, and we have the dark woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. And this really does feel like yourself. This feels like you, this like inner feminine goddess that's trying to rise to the surface and do the healing, do the cleansing. And I accidentally said hearing, so maybe you're getting like clairaudient messages, or you're hearing a song that really brings back memories or really inspires you with something. Maybe you have a playlist going while you're writing, but trust your own intuition. That's really what I'm getting with this card. All right, so up next, we got Marlene. She wants stack B, so let's go to stack B. Marlene, was Marlene to know in alignment with her true spirit? Tulip, great passion. And tulip is also a message of friendship or represents friendship. It's very interesting. When my house burned down for the second time, yes, it burned down once when I was 13, not completely, it was gutted, but then they rebuilt over it, and we had mold and mushrooms growing through the walls because they didn't do it right. But this last time in 2019, when it burned again, it had to be torn down. But when they rebuilt it after the fire, they just slapped up, what's it called? Drywall over the old wood walls of the upstairs, because the house was built in like 3 different sections. The first one in 1910, and then the last one was in the 60s, I guess, kind of toward the back of the house. They built that on in the 60s. But at the original part of the house, someone had painted a red tulip. And it was uncovered when all the drywall burned and fell from that upstairs, which if you want to ever see what that all looked like, you can watch the 3-part vlog series that I did about going into the burned house and us tearing it down and everything. But there's something from your past that's surfacing, possibly with a friendship or something that was very traumatic to you, that you're now seeing like a silver lining, or you're, finally making peace with something, Marlene. That's why that story rose to the occasion for me for your reading here specifically. All right. Linda wants Pile B as well. Pile B is a fan favorite today. All right, let's go for Linda. What does Linda need to know in alignment with her true spirit? Linda. And we have here broken wishbone. Your wish will not be granted, but I'm hearing ... meaning it's all because it's whatever it is. It's like that song by Garth Brooks. Sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers, because what you're hoping for or wishing for in a certain scenario is not the best actual outcome long term. So you're going to actually look back on it in not too distant of a future and be like, oh, thank God. Thank God it didn't happen that way. This is much better. But I'm also seeing the fact that the broken wishbone, the winning part of the wishbone is on this card. This is always kind of a weird dichotomy to me. So again, it feels like you're actually really winning and cleaning house and getting the best end of the deal. It's just in the moment, it may not feel like that quote unquote wish was granted, because technically it wasn't in your highest alignment, and you're going to learn that pretty quickly to where you are getting the best end of the deal. So this is a great card to get, actually, and I love when this card comes out. It's been a while since it's come out, so I'm glad you could bring it, resurrect it up for us, Linda. All right, Michelle. Michelle wants Stack B as well. Let's get into it for Michelle. What does Michelle need to know in alignment with her true spirit? And we have here the haystack karma. You will reap what you have sown. So if you have done the work, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and things just aren't happening. And weird, I'm seeing an email come through. It just says 4 steps to manifesting. So there's something maybe you were trying to manifest, Michelle, that just wasn't coming. Well, now it's on the way. This is like a very 9 of Pentacles energy. And a haystack is after the harvest. They've cut down the hay and they're ready to either sell it or utilize it for the cattle, or, whatever one uses hay for. Rooftops in certain eras, right? So there's something you're able to do, reap that good karma. I don't see this as a bad card for you at all, because what you've been reaping is actually something that's really going to benefit you and, of course, also humanity. All right, Michelle. All right, Robin wants from Stack A, so let's switch over. Stack A for Robin. Robin's card. In alignment with her true spirit, what does Robin need to know? And we have here Parrot. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. And I just heard dun, dun, dun. But no, this is not as ominous as it sounds. So this is more a warning to you to just be careful who you're telling things to. Is this person deserving of the knowledge that you have or the wisdom? This may not even be like some big, deep, dark secret. This to me just feels like maybe a plan or a wish that you have for yourself that you're sharing with someone else. And then they may try to go make that happen for themselves and then try to use it against you in some way. I mean, I don't feel like this is all like super villain or anything like that. It's just more keep your cards kind of close to the chest, or make sure you're only telling that real serious or, gossip friendly stuff to the people that actually deserve to know, and maybe this is even just keeping certain things off social media, because not everybody needs to know. And it's going to be in your greatest good to do that. So there you go. All right. So Julie's video, we're going to switch over to pile B for Julie's video. Let's get you a card, my dear, in alignment with Julie's true spirit. And we have here the feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Oops, as I throw the card. There could be someone you're just really taking inventory with, as far as, does this person actually lend anything good to my life? Or are they just drama, pain, heartache, wounds? Is it just same crap, different day with this person? You may be possibly distancing yourself, or just really taking stock in how a person is showing up, and in kind of what's the word, like stark contrast to how you're showing up. Like you're always giving, and this person's always just taking and barely throwing you a bone, so to speak. If there is someone in your life like that, this is about just really taking inventory of, do I even want this energy to continue. If this is not someone that's like coming to your awareness or your intuition, this could just be you telling lies to yourself, which I do constantly. Oh, I'm going to do my workout this morning. And then morning comes, I'm like, yeah, not feeling it, on with my day. Well, the more we continue to like bulldoze or like override our own things we know we want to do or should do or have to do, the less trustworthy and reliable we can even become to ourselves. So if there's ways that you're lying to yourself or being undependable or insincere with yourself, this might be a time to kind of step back and take stock in, how can I show up better for myself? Because no one's going to do it for us. We're going to have to be the ones that take that responsibility and do it for ourselves. So that could be more of a self-centric message rather than, but if there's someone very clearly coming to your intuition, this is more about them than it is about you, if that's the case. All right, so up next, let's see. Boom, 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 DW. Okay, you want card pile A, and let me scroll up because my chat just jumped. Hey, Tanya. How's it going? I can't wait to see you this week. All right. DW, let's get your card in alignment with your true spirit. And if you're just joining us, pick either pile A or pile B. Pile A had the tortoise. Pile B had a lightning bolt. Just if you want those symbols to pick from. Okay, so here, DW, we have the bird perched, waiting for news, package, or letter. So something you've been waiting for, or you're like jumping on your toes, like really ready for this package or whatever to come in, news, letter. It is coming in. It'll come in, I would say, by Saturday. And I know that's not that long from now. So something you've been waiting for will be here by Saturday. Very exciting. All right, Florence B wants pile B. All right. I just knocked on it. I haven't done that in a minute. All right, Florence. Let's get your card in alignment with your true spirit. And we have here younger man. Dealings or relationship with a younger man. And this guy, he's like, I am not amused. Like he's just looking a little too serious. It's like he's like got a poker face on. So there might be a younger man in your life that's just either like hush, like completely like mum is the word. I'm not talking. I'm not speaking. Or they're trying to put on a brave face or a poker face for some reason. And I didn't do this for anyone else, but I'm going to pull second card for you, Florence, just to see what this might have to do with from this younger man in your life. Vacation. So I don't know if you've been trying to go on a vacation with a younger man or visit a younger man while on vacation, or maybe you meet a younger man while on vacation, but it's really hard to read this person. They got that poker face. They're really not communicating well. Something about that. All right, pile A for Amber A. Let's get it. Pile A for Amber A. Here we go. In alignment with her true spirit, what does she need to know? And we have the skull card. Hidden secrets can harm you. And because this is the skull, this to me feels like secrets you're keeping from yourself, or maybe your own subconscious mind is trying to keep something from you or steer you in a different direction than what the truth is. And that's where you're really getting into our body, grounding ourselves out in nature, centering ourselves within our own energy field can really help pick up on any cerebral, thoughts, things that are going on in your head. You can really anchor or center down into your body. You can get the truth. So it's about getting the truth. But this could even be something someone on the outside is saying that is not even true and it's hurtful to you. But for the most part, I'm seeing this as more of an internal kind of subconscious thing for you. All right, deck A for Brandy Lynn. All right, we already have deck A, so let's get to it for Brandy Lynn. And we have here, handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. So like doing some networking, or maybe you're just out and about. I don't know if you're still writing in the coffee shop and stuff like that, but maybe someone's just like, oh, what are you up to? You're writing something over there? Like, oh yeah, I'm writing this. And you just never know. You just never know. But there's a chance meeting possibly coming up. It could also be online. A lot of us spend a lot of time online, and that's where we do most of our communication with people. If you're anything like me, I went to the baseball game on Monday. I guess it was Monday, yeah. And I felt so bad. I'm like, wow, here I am with my headphones on. And it wasn't that I was listening to anything. I just wanted to block the wind from getting into my ear holes. And just this one lady was sitting right on top of me behind me. And I'm just being so antisocial. I probably should have said hi to her. I probably should have, but there was just this part of me that's like, it's been a long day. I'm busy. I don't want to be bothered, So it's like, sometimes we're open to other people's energy. And other times we're like, nope, don't look at me. Don't talk to me. And that was me on Monday. So there might be times you're out and about, you're like, you can't see me, I can't see you. I'm invisible, I've cloaked myself. But then there's other times it's like, I can strike up a conversation. So just kind of, I guess, weigh the balance. All right. Daisha, let's get you a card, which just flopped right out. Heart, great happiness is coming for you, Daisha. It flopped right out. So yeah, maybe you're even seeing some like signs or symbols or synchronicities involving a harp or angels. We kind of got the angel kind of feathery wing type thing going on, but it also looks like some sort of animal creature. I don't know. Does anyone know what that is? And it's kind of like the leer. I think that's the name of the harp, like in the Lyra or Lyra constellation, which is in the nakshatra of Mula, which is in early Sagittarius. But for Western astrology, this falls solidly between 10 degrees through 20 something degrees of 30 degrees. I think it is 29 degrees of Capricorn. But some even say it spans even into Aquarius, depending where you look online. That's why it's really important, I think, as people who look at our astrology charts at all, is to actually get your eyeballs out in the sky and find these constellations, find these fixed stars, find these nakshatras, find what you're looking for out there and see where things are actually placed. But there might be something going on in your chart, specifically if you're following more Vedic astrology in Sagittarius or more Western in Capricorn. I don't know if you have any placements or planets there, but it could be very important. But there's great happiness coming for you, Daisha. Maybe even with someone that has a sign that is Sagittarius or Capricorn, if you're more following tropical or Western astrology, that's coming into your life to cause great happiness. All right, so Susan, I think we did yours very first, so we got that. Okay, Nikki, let's go to stack B for Nikki. Okay, Nikki, card for Nikki in alignment with her true spirit. What does she need to know? And we have here wishbone, broken wishbone. Wish will not be granted. But if you heard what I said to Linda about this specific card, it's again that Garth Brooks song, like sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. So a wish you have won't be granted, but it's actually for your benefit because you have the bigger end of the wishbone here. So technically your wish is coming true by not coming true, because the outcome of what you're wishing for would just either put you so far off your true path or just not be fulfilling, to where the fact that a certain wish you have doesn't work out is actually leading you to a great destiny. So beautiful. All right, so next, you went with the lightning and the true, authentic, organic spirit coming in with lightning energy to clear things up for me. I love it. All right, anyone else? Let's see, breaking soul contracts. Yes. I have some specific candles in mind that I'll probably won't be making them till early summer, let's be honest, just because of sports, and more sports with the kids and just traveling this weekend and stuff. But I have some plans that I did not share yet, candle-wise, that I'm super excited to not only make, but then test out and then report back to you guys, like what's going on with this. But yeah, specifically with ending soul contracts or breaking soul contracts, I'm super excited. Super pumped to get into that. Yeah, I've been planning on breaking. Oh, yeah. Yep, so done. Yep, absolutely. Me too. I have been planning it as well, so I'm glad you brought that up because it just reminded me of some things I have planned with some candle stuff. I'm so excited about it. Jessica Lynn, let's go to pile A for you. Pile A for Jessica Lynn. All right, and I don't think we have any donations today, actually. I don't. So I guess it's okay. We're an hour and 13 minutes in. We're still just having fun. So goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Oh my goodness. As I'm like, no, we don't have any of that right now. But look at this. So there is an increase coming in. And goldfish, it's like you're forgetting. Oh, I love it. We want to forget those limiting beliefs. Because remember, they say the goldfish has like a 3-second memory or something like that. And I would argue at this point, certain humans probably have about a 3-second like attention span as well. But wow, with this, I really do see that there is some big spiritual growth and material wealth, and even the greatest wealth of all while you're embodied in a physical vessel, which is health, good wealth. All right, you're so welcome, everybody. Pile B for Tanya. Let's switch over to Pile B. What does Tanya need to know right now in alignment with her true spirit? Boom, woman. Dealings or relationship with a woman. What woman? Let's get a clarifier. What woman? Well, you're going to be dealing with a lot of women this weekend and hand in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So you may be that hand in need for somebody this weekend, or you yourself are getting a hand or, help, but it's coming from a woman. A lot of fun times with women coming up for you for sure, Tanya. And then this one just flopped off the top as well with your vacation. Kite vacation. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. I love it. So maybe in the gift exchange, you're getting a kite. Oh, Tanya, let me show you for the white elephant gift exchange what I made. This is Party in Springtime candle in a vintage crystal glass. Isn't this fun? Party in the springtime. And the lilac. It smells exactly like it. Candle. That's going to be in my white elephant. So you got the spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. And I have something for you, but I'm not showing you right now. You're just going to have to wait and see what's going on with that. All right. Oh, you're excited. Oh, you're also welcome. Absolutely. Well, we don't think we have any donations today, so let's get into our giveaway and our drawing. And again, we're scaling those back a little bit just to get it. Can I see your post? I just saw where you said pile A, which we just drew for. Yeah, I did see your post. Yeah, yours was the goldfish. That was yours, Jamie. That was for you. Yes, yes. Did I do Jessica Lynn? Did I do hers? I want to say I did earlier. But hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Jessica Lynn, did I do your card pull? I want to say I did, but maybe I just read it and didn't do it. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Hope she's still here to let me know. Or if anyone else knows if I did it or not. Because I've just done so many all in a row. Okay, I did fish. Oh, I did fish for her. Well, it's weird because I kept thinking of Jamie as it was coming through. So maybe we'll do, okay, that was a shared message for both Jessica A. Oh, sorry, Jessica Lynn and Jamie. Why did I say Jessica A? Probably because she did pile A. Is that what she did? Oh my gosh. I've lost my place in the chat. Let me scroll up. Jessica Lynn did pile A. Okay, which this was from. But then so did Jamie, pile A. Okay, so let's just do also for Jamie and Jessica, pull another card, because I probably confused that or tried to mold you into two people and morph you into two people. And then we have dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. Aw. So for the both of you lovely ladies, a distant friend is thinking of you. Look at that. I love it. And, the dog is that symbol of a loyal friend. It's not just a random friend. It's a very loyal friend. So, yay. All right. Oh, and we have a donation coming in. Or two donations, I think. Oh, I'm so excited too, Tanya. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Yeah, that was Jessica's. Okay. So, loyal friend reaching out. But hey, I had your face in my mind while I was reading for that too. So, shared messages for both of you. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah. They both did pile A. That's probably where my confusion came in. Okay, so we have a one card for Marlene. Go ahead and post your question, Marlene. We're going to get right into it for you. And then also, boom, 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 a one card for, drum roll, please. Daisha, is this? Oh, no, DW. DW. One card for DW. Donation. I can spell it, I swear. So one card. Oh, Dr. Lupo, I saw your video of the dog peeing. I was laughing so hard. And then I'm like, oh, where's Telegram on my phone? Of course, it's back in the cloud because I haven't used it, and then all my space is gone again. So I'm like, oh, so close, yet so far away. I could probably just text you, though. Hi! That dog is ridiculous. I think it's hilarious. That is so funny. So cute, so funny. Oh my gosh. Don't have a question, just a general. All right, well, let's get into it. And we'll be doing our giveaway and our drawing very, very soon. Yes, the cute dog card. I know, I love the dog card. I love dogs, just in general. They're like my favorite. Seriously going to get you an SD card. Your phone always be full. I don't even know if my phone has an SD card with the, well, oh, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. By, like, hey, take all the videos you've been taking and movies and videos and movies are the same thing. pictures and all the other things and put them on your computer so you can free up space. Yes, I need to establish a routine where I do that at least once a month, but I just don't because I'm cool like that. I need to though. I need to. Yeah, we have a couple donations, but feel free to donate, Brianna, and we'll get right into it. So, Marlene. Oh, and we're gonna set a timer today because remember, I'm just going so far past what I'm. Yeah. So we're gonna set a timer. We'll set the timer at the low end of the reading. And then I can wrap up once the timer goes off, if that makes sense. Hopefully this won't blast in everyone's ears. I'll turn it down enough. Hopefully that'll work. Okay, so 3 minutes starting now. 1 card read for Marlene. And she wants a general, so let's get into it. Ooh, we already have, 10 of Pentacles. So this is always like family reunion vibes when it comes out. I don't know if I just have family reunions on the rain, but there could even be like dinners or gatherings, get-togethers with multi-generations. That could even just include you and your own household, your kids, your family. But we have the Magician here. So you're making some like fun, like making the most of something, maybe romanticizing life in a way, making things more fun, and I think we've talked about this with you before. It's like, oh, we're having a movie night, but like, let's make it really fun. Let's like make a blanket fort in the, family room and all the pillows, and we'll go get like special snacks for our TV night or whatever it is. It could be something simple like that. She is holding a candle though too. So this could be some sort of like ancestral like curses or traumas, wounds from like in the family line that you're breaking so that they don't have to pass on to your daughters. And correct me if I'm wrong, do you have 3 daughters? So we're seeing here like three females here. And they all look like the maiden kind of stereotype of maiden, not so much maiden, mother, and crone. So yeah, very, very younger generation here. And maybe obviously they do have many gifts, talents, spiritual gifts, especially too, that you either do know or don't know about. But they are unveiling these gifts, maybe even into their adulthood and, older middle-aged life. Like they're still uncovering all of their talents, all of their gifts. Anything else Marlene needs to know about this energy or just anything else? Making sure, yeah, we're still good. We got 1 minute and 8 seconds left on the low end of the, yeah, okay. Anything else Marlene needs to know about this? 9 of Wands. Okay, so there's about to be a breakthrough with one of the girls. One of the girls is about to start really excelling at something, or maybe she's already showing talents or gifts with something that's going on, either academically or with the sport or some sort of place she goes, like, I don't know, gymnastics or something like this, where she's really showing a talent. And, I always call this my Olympic athlete card. So it could be, academic, athletic, just something where she's going the extra mile or going the distance. Anything else Marlene needs to know? Yeah, the Chariot. You're literally going the distance. So this could be even something you have to travel for, or traveling to get like supplies for a talent or a gift, or like to watch, like if a kid is in a soccer and then they have a tournament or something, you have to travel, something like this. It doesn't have to be far away, but yeah, that could be in your future. Very interesting what comes out when we just say general. You just never know. Oh, your daughter is reading books and brings up topics about generational trauma, and we talk about those. Oh, we did it. We did it. We talk about those things in my family. Oh, that's so cool, though, that I just saw the Wheel of Fortune, karma. Like, yeah, generational trauma. That's so cool, though, that you have that dialogue with her. Wow, 13. Yeah, that's a good age to really start having, more grown up, not like completely like just dump it all on her, but like allow her to step into more grown up conversations. I think that's really beautiful. Yeah. I mean, of course, putting it in a way that a 13-year-old could, not feel completely burdened by, you know what I mean? But I think you're doing a great job. So good job. All right. Oh, Mother's Day coming up. Thinking of giving crocheted flowers to some people. Oh, well, I'm sure they would love that. Yeah, I love me a good crocheted flower. I used to use them on my pick-a cards all the time. I have my little stash of them over here. Let's see what we got. A lot of these ones on top are all the same colors. Just a whole bunch. They're all the same style of flower, kind of like an anemone almost, but yeah, and I made little headbands and stuff, but these were at a craft show. I was telling Amber kind of my trauma of the craft show circuits the other day on text. Yeah, it's something I made up a whole bunch of stuff, and I sold one item. I sold one item at the craft show, and you know how sometimes people will draw the dollar sign and then they'll put 2 dashes through it? Well, for all my pricing, I wanted it to look real clean and concise, so I only did 1 dash through the dollar sign, where normally if I'm just writing it for myself, I might make 2 dashes through it. But the lady comes up to, and it's the only sale I made the whole day, and I had to pay, I split the cost with a friend of mine. She was making sale after sale after sale. She was making upcycled wool mittens from upcycled sweaters, and she was killing it. She has amazing stuff. But I had all this like crocheted fun stuff, headbands. It was wintertime, crocheted headbands. Well, this lady brings up a crocheted headband and hands me a $5 bill. I'm like, oh no, these are actually 15. And she goes, no, it says $5. And I look at it. It clearly is a dollar sign with the line through it, and then 1 5. Well, no. She's like, that's just part of your dollar sign. And I even showed her, like, I just have one line through the dollar sign on this $30 item over here and this, $10 item over here. And she's like, no, it says $5 and blah, blah, blah. And she was bullying me. Like, I can't even remember. Like, it was like a trauma point for me for a while. Like, she was just like, had this like hatred in her eyes for me. And she like started walking. She'd already handed me the 5, but she just started walking away. And I'm just like, but no. And I had no backbone at the time. So she just walked away with it and completely railroaded me. And that was my only sale of the day, of the only ever craft show, craft market, craft fair I've ever been in, that I had to pay half of the $112 entry fee to get into initially, work my A off for like 3 months to bring up enough inventory. Cause you never know. I had this like pie in the sky, like I'm going to make all these sales. And I made one sale. It was very traumatic. So that kind of really put me off of crochet for a very long time. Because the only other crochet I have done either before or after that was by word of mouth. Like people would just commission, can you make me a Ghostbusters hat? Can you make me a Yoda hat? Can you make me this and that? Like I would always allow them to custom make or custom order what they wanted. And then I would make it on, demand. I didn't just have a bunch of inventory laying around. And the one time I get all this inventory, I still have it. And that was in 2016. Oh gosh, 2016. And I spent hundreds, if not thousands of hours creating that inventory over 3+ months worth of time. And I sold one $5 thing that I had priced at 15, and the lady basically threw her money at me and walked away with it, even though I said, no, that's $15. And it was so traumatizing to me. Thank you, Jamie. Oh, candles are beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just got back, scrolled right to the spot where my card was. Don't you love that? Isn't that just so cool? Daughter told you that crocheting is not like knitting or sewing because that's the only form that can't be replicated with a machine. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that makes sense why it couldn't. Yeah. And it's interesting because I've always wanted to, like, kind of back burner, way back burner, learn how to knit. But it just looks so complicated to me that I'm like in my head about it, like, oh, I could never do that. I could never do that. But yet I've followed maybe 3 crochet patterns my whole life. I just look at something and just create it. Like I would rather just freestyle it. And it was the same with reading music. Like I was a choir girly for like 6 years in 6th grade through 12th grade. And even my senior year, I had 3 different choir classes: mixed choir, concert choir, and an independent study in choir where I was writing my own music and doing all this stuff. But as far as like sight reading and stuff, I could do that no problem. But to have to read music and then play it simultaneously, like it just flustered me so bad that I play by ear like crazy. Like I can hear something and just go play it. Like it's almost like the reading the music is just getting in the way of me just trying to do my thing. So yeah, it's like, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, it's so interesting how that is, isn't it? Let's see, catch up on my chat. Just jumped because I had it like up here, but let me go down. Yeah, they are more expensive because they are very time consuming. That's right. Yeah. And knitting, like I'm like, yeah, someday, maybe when I'm old and, well, I guess redheads don't really go gray. We just turn silvery white. So maybe when I'm old and silvery white. Although my grandmother, my dad's mom, had red hair, when she was younger, and hers was like darker red, kind of like mine, but maybe even slightly darker. Even when she died at 98, she was 98 when she died. Um, she still didn't have gray or just pure white hair or silver hair. It was more of like a sandy, dusty kind of color. Like, yes, there was definitely white and silver in it, but like the red kind of almost faded down to like a sandy brown color and blonde in places. It was weird. Like, she'd never dyed her hair or anything like that. It's interesting how red hair does that. I don't know. Yeah, super spiritual person steal thousands of dollars from us, and now she's super sick and her life is a mess. I think the universe. Oh, I think I know who that is. The Joy Tribe lady, right? Yeah, it's so like karma, as real as it may not be in existence out in the actual universe, but in this matrix, karma really is a bitch. It really is, for average people like you and I. But then there's this way where karma completely goes off the rails when it comes to these psychopathic people in power, how they can do all these dastardly deeds and then try to balance it out by being a philanthropist here, there, and everywhere, but causing more problem and chaos than they're actually making the world better. So karma somehow goes off the rails for people like that. How can they continually be rewarded for this absolutely evil behavior? Which I'm not arguing that your friend that, the spiritual person that used to be your friend that stole all that money is or isn't evil. I'm not saying that, but like, we're peons allegedly compared to these big billionaires or what have you. But spiritually speaking, no, we are the ones with the power, and they're, trying to trick us into believing we don't have it. Crazy, isn't it? Yeah, until she makes it right. That's absolutely correct. She's got to balance that out. No one's going to do it for her. She's going to have to do it either in this life or another. Yep, that's her. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, your brother has super red hair. Had the same thing happen to him where people would ask him how many times have you dyed your hair, and he's like, none. Right? Well, it's funny because like when I was in 5th grade, there was just this one little group of girls that would make fun of me, and then these boys were like calling me Carrot Top, and I'm like, Carrot Tops are green, dumbass, like trying to be all smart because they technically are, but I know what they meant. My top is a carrot. I get it, but I was trying to be cheeky, and that's before the internet existed. So like I didn't get to go home and Google what's a good comeback when people are calling me Carrot Top. Like I just had to come up with it on the fly. Yeah, I can do that. I could do that. But yeah, I'm just like, it's so weird though, because that was in late 1993 when I was in 5th grade, and then into late 93 and into 94 when I was in 6th grade. All the girls were trying. It was like red hair was the rage in like early 94, and all the girls and even some of the guys were trying to dye their hair red, but it was coming out all these weird Kool-Aid type colors or really purpley, and no one could get it the color that was like all in vogue at the time. And I'm like, now who's a Carrot Top? Just me, guys, just me. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I took a bit of a little break to chat and chit and chat. But yeah, we have one other donation for DW, one card. So just let me know, raise your hand, DW, that you're still here. Otherwise, I can totally timestamp that, not a problem. And then right after that, Taryn, aka Dr. Lupo, I'll do your reading. Absolutely. Yeah, have to walk the dogs. Yeah. I do have one reading in front of you. Oh, there she is. And it won't take me that long. So, but if you want to take the dog for a walk real quick, I can do DW's reading, then do our giveaway and our drawing, and then do your question if you want to do it that way. I can do that. Or we can just chit chat until you get back. Yeah. All right. So DW, let's get into it. And again, I'm going to set my timer. And see if I can do it. I can do it in the time span of an 11:11 read. Starting now. Okay. Will the business venture I'm going on have a beneficial outcome? All right, let's find out for DW. Will the business venture she's going on have a beneficial outcome? And we have here, yeah, King of Pentacles. Wow. What better card could you really get with a business reading? This one. That's what. So yeah, I would say you're going to be very successful. This is like the Midas touch card. 10 of Pentacles is really great energy for that, as well as I'd say Queen of Pentacles is always a good time in business as well. But King of Pentacles, you cannot go wrong. This is great energy. So yeah, it will have a very beneficial outcome, and there might even be things that you're doing that will eventually branch into other things. Like whatever it is that you're doing has the potential to grow into something maybe that you don't even see at this point. There's a lot of potential for growth and expansion and that abundance to really start rolling in, maybe even in ways that you're not even seeing at this time. But let's get some additional guidance on this. Anything else she needs to know? Yeah, Two of Swords. You might even come to this point where things are going, things are established, and then you're like, I could take it completely different, like in a completely different direction or a completely different way. Or another crazy thing that I'm getting with this is, yeah, this is all like, as far as the business venture you're starting out on, it feels almost like a stepping stone to get you to what you're actually meant to be doing. Let's just take this as an example. It's not exactly my story, but it's two things I'm kind of doing concurrently right now. Not that one led to the other, but let's, for the sake of this example, one is leading to the other. So say I start this tarot channel on YouTube, and I'm doing readings and this and that, and then people start asking for this or asking for that, and then I start writing maybe a blog. I don't have a blog. I've had a blog, but not like a commercial blog. It was more just a personal, kind of almost like a live journal, Dear Diary kind of thing, when I first had my son and was like documenting before he was born, like the nursery coming together, all the personal stuff. But what I'm seeing is, just for sake of example, DW, you have this blog. People like, oh, well, can you give tarot tips? And I'm gonna, instead of doing it in video format, I'm gonna do it in a blog. Well, then you start writing this blog, but then people are wanting your information or your whatever so much that you decide, well, let me just put this in a book. And then this book becomes like a huge seller, and now you're an author. Now you're selling books. Well, none of that would have happened if you hadn't started that initial channel or that initial blog or what have you. But it almost feels like people want what you have, and they're asking for it, and maybe even asking for it in ways that you weren't expecting, but you're like, I could go that way. I could try that. That actually sounds really feasible and fun to me. Let me do it. And then boom, you're now, I won't say so far. It's so loud. If I could just turn you down. Not so far beyond your initial step that you can't even see how you got there, but you can definitely see the progression from where you started to where you end up, or where you're going with this, that you're like, wow, I never would have expected this at the beginning, but I'm so glad that I had to step on that first stepping stone to get where I'm at now. I promise this will probably make more sense in a few years than it maybe does now, but let me just see. Oh my God, so accurate. I have a feeling that it may take me someplace else, but in the right. Yes, absolutely. And I say, yes, green, go start where you're at, start with the ideas you currently have, because they're leading you to bigger and better and grander and even more in alignment ideas in the future. And it might not even be just coming from inside of you, although yes, it is in ways, but you're getting a lot of external feedback that's going to benefit you greatly. But you don't have to listen to every little direction, turn, or fork in the road that people are suggesting. Only the ones, take those outer suggestions and then tune into your inner knowing about this suggestion, that suggestion, that suggestion, rather than just moving on blind faith with, oh yeah, they say I should do this, I'm doing it. No, they said I should do this. Well, let me feel in. Is that feeling good? And if the answer is yes, then do it. Yeah. So it's almost like your audience or your clientele or the people that come to you for business are kind of directing or steering or guiding you. They're almost acting as your business gurus in a way. But again, you got to take that inner, voice as like top dog or, top person in charge here for sure. Yeah, woohoo! That's good news. So yes, whatever it is, just get started. Even if you're not sure how things are going to pan out. Even if you have a few ideas, but you're not quite sure, just get that ball rolling. Just brainstorm, write things down, ask questions, both to yourself and other people that know you and know what you're about. Maybe take a workshop or two, just expand a little bit, and you're really going to start to get that as you show up, as the universe sees you. It's kind of like in that movie Far and Away where, kind of at the end where they're fighting to stake the claim on the territories. But just pretend you just stake that claim. You put your flag out like, this is mine. I'm establishing this storefront or this business or this idea online to sell this or that. You staked your claim. Okay, now what? Do they just stake their claim and happily ever after? No. Now they're going to have to find out, well, where's the nearest water source? Do I have to drill a well? What kind of home am I going to build here? Who's my neighbor? Like, just having that business idea and staking that claim is step one. Now there's all this other to consider, and you got it. You got it. And you don't have to have it all figured out in a day or a week or a month or even a year. Like, just allow yourself to flow. Allow it to flow. All right, DW. I know we went a little long on that. My timer went off, but I still had ideas. I had to keep it going. I had to. That's on me, not on you. Oh, I'm so excited. I've been like this huge hyper excitement since I started your reading. So there's something here. There is something here. Don't drop the ball on it. There's something here. Do it. Even if you're not exactly sure what it is fully, just get that brainstorm going. Write these ideas down. Get your domain names, whatever it is, figure out your branding, do product research, whatever. Just step your foot in a door and start in a direction. And then that direction will lead you to the next, to the next, to the next. Yay! Yay for DW. All right. So, next up. All right. So when Dr. Lupo gets back, we'll get into his question. But first, we're going to get into our drawing and giveaway. First giveaway, then drawing. We got 8 people here. That sounds like enough to sustain this fun free-for-all of a giveaway that we do. So if you're new here or you don't understand how the giveaway works, all you have to do, this is your homework here, is figure out which tarot card I'm pulling out of the deck right now. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so I've pulled a tarot card, and I'm not going to tell you what it is like I did that one time. Yeah, I tried to narrow it down and then I told people what it was. But yeah. Brandy Lynn, you were here for that and you got it first. You probably read the look on my face. Oh my gosh. Brandy Lynn, boom, mic drop. Mic drop. Brandy Lynn got it. I probably gave too much away with my hilariousness over here, but hey, it's cool. It's cool. Brandy Lynn, you won the reading, so get your question out there. Let's get into it. And everybody else who either did or did not get a chance to even get a finger on the typing keyboard area, just put a 1010. Put a 1010 in the chat, and I will write your name on a piece of paper, and we will enter you into today's drawing. Well, not just today's drawing, but every day's drawing. It's the perpetual drawing, full of names from many past live streams. I'm just ripping this in half, so I'm just gonna cut it like a normal person. Yes, okay. It does help if I actually measure this out by folding it properly, for sure. Then we won't have those wonky, really tiny slips and really huge slips of paper. Because if you think about it, the really huge slips of paper probably have a greater advantage of being drawn than the smaller ones if we're getting all statistical over here. All right, so put a 1010 in the chat. That will let me know you would like to be entered into the perpetual drawing. And here we go. I'm going to stack these properly here. And first up, I see Amber, I think. Let's see. Yes, Amber, 9 in. We're going to go with an orange today. My kids put my little hair thing on there, but oh well. Amber. Amber. Okay. And I'll add them all after. So Linda H. Slippery papers today. Anyone else want to be entered into today's drawing and maybe the next time's drawing or the next time's drawing or the next time or the next time? Get a 1010 out there, and then of course Brandy Lynn can get her question out there. But I'll enter who I have thus far. So Amber, 9 in, going into our pouch. And Linda H, going into the pouch. Anyone else before I draw? 10 seconds. Well, you can still enter after that, but you won't win today because we're pulling today's winner. Today's winner is somebody. Feel it. I got it. I feel it. Marlene! She was here earlier. I don't know if she's still here. But Marlene has won today's drawing. And Brandy Lynn, oh no. You came in right under the wire. I'm still going to enter you, obviously. But you may not win today. So Brandy Lynn. So. Lynn. Yes, I'll enter Kashfi. All right. There we go. So let me enter these two. Of course, we did our drawing portion. Sorry about that. Brandy Lynn entered, and Kashfi entered. Boom. Oh, that's okay. It's like, darn. All right, go ahead and get your question out there, Brandy Lynn, and we will get into it right away for you. And we've got When Dr. Lupo Returns. That sounds like a book title. When Dr. Lupo Returns. Or the beginning of a General Hospital or something. A soap opera. When Dr. Lupo Returns. Is it really his baby? I don't know. I just tried to think of the most soap opera thing I could think of at the moment. Disregard me and my weird sense of humor. Tuck the bra straps. No one wants to see that. Yeah. All right. Oh my God. Yeah, I went there. No. I used to watch Days of Our Lives. This is very embarrassing to admit, but yeah, back in the day, I used to watch Days of Our Lives from like 2002. No, closer to 2001, because I had moved to Missoula in 2001, and I was on my way to go to a job interview at the brand new, hadn't even opened yet, Super Walmart here in town. I just needed a job to get me going so I could then apply for college, blah, blah, blah. So I move here. I'm living with an ex-boyfriend, the only other one that I really had before my husband. And I'm on my way to the job interview, and I get rear-ended by this van. It was a van, like a minivan. And I'm not that guy that parks right on people's butt when I stop at a stoplight. I'm back a ways, like at least a half, if not more than half a car length away. This lady rams into me so hard, she sends me into the guy in front of me, the guy in front of him, and the lady in front of him. So there was a 4-car pileup because this lady was probably going close to 45 miles an hour in a 25. And she really did a number on all the cars. I couldn't open any of my car doors. They were all like locked and loaded. So I had to climb out the window, which I'm glad worked. It was one of those power windows, you know. But so I didn't get the job, and my back was all messed up for like years. I had a messed up back until I did a hypnosis, and it completely cured everything. I don't know. I can't even put it into words, but quantum healing, I tell you, quantum healing hypnosis cured all my back ails. But that took me from 2000. It was May 25th, the day I got hit by that car. Well, I was in the car, but May 25th of 2001. So we're talking pre 9/11. So May 25th, 2001 through July 21st, 2017, I had a massively jacked up lower back. But now, nope, I'm good now. But yeah, but speaking of all this, so I had a jacked up back. So I had 3 channels because we didn't have cable. You just had whatever would come in on the rabbit ears. Remember those? Move them around to get better reception. And we got the basic CBS, NBC, ABC. And that's it. And maybe PBS, I think. Yeah, so like 4 channels. And of course, there was nothing on during the day except like the game shows and stuff. And then the soap operas started. So of course I got sucked in because I had nothing better to do. Couldn't really go anywhere. Didn't have a library card at the time. None of the fun things. So I'd sit and crochet and watch soap operas. I felt like a little old granny in my 18 to 19-year-old life. That was fun until it wasn't. But yeah, I actually watched, not consistently, but as consistently as one could while going to college and then growing up and becoming a real adult, all the fun things. Between 2001 and 2016, I watched Days of Our Lives. Okay, don't tell anybody, guys. That was a long story about something super stupid. But yeah. And then 2016 had the spontaneous Kundalini awakening. I'm like, why am I wasting my life on this garbage? And then I just stopped. And maybe once, about 3 or 4 years later, I'm like, I wonder what's up in Salem. I think that was the name of the town. Yeah, Harmony was the name of the town, and the Passions, which was canceled. And I actually preferred that one. It was kind of like mystical and witchy and spooky with Tabitha and her little friend Timmy. I don't know if anybody out there remembers Passions from back in the day. But it had kind of a mystical twist or element to it. Witchy vibes, which I loved. I loved it. Only one channel from the government grew up watching that. Now compared to the present day, I feel like 50s, right? Oh my gosh. All right, he's back. Just got back. Started snowing, so we ran home like a chicken. Oh no. We've got a nice, pleasant day out here. We've got some cloud ships up here. I'll show you guys. Cloud ships, like like cloaked ships, maybe, possibly, above the house there. My neighbor's house. Yeah. Nice sunny day, though. Oh, and we have Marlene. So, Brandy Lynn, she don't have a question, so either draw a name or another card. I was just getting the guessing started. Okay. Okay, cool. We'll do that. But since Dr. Lupo's back, if you have your question, we can get into that. And then I can do that. Oh, your question is up there. Okay, never mind. Gotcha. Did I just miss it that bad? Okay, here it is. Okay. That's a record for sure, right? I love it. Okay. So don't have a question. So go ahead and either draw a name or another card. I was just getting the guessing started. Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's the only question I see? Or it's not really a question, but yeah, absolutely, Florence, we're still here. These are the days of our lives, like sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. Hi, Amber. Welcome. we got 3 different Ambers here today. I don't think Amber A is still here, but she was earlier. Did I miss it? Is it just not showing up on my end, maybe? I just saw, don't have a cue, so go ahead and either draw a name or another card. I was just getting the guessing started. Okay. Oh, that is your question. Okay, you're giving it away. Gotcha. That's what I thought, but I didn't want to completely assume. Okay. So we have Marlene for the one card. So Dr. Lupo, you can go ahead and post your question. We're going to get right into it for you. And then we'll pull another name out of the hat to take care of Brandy Lynn's giveaway reading. Who's winning it? Linda H. Linda H, you won Brandy's giveaway read for today because she said pick a name instead of wanting the question. So there we go. So Linda, if you're still here, you won yourself a question. You won the giveaway by way of Brandy Lynn saying, hey, pick a name for me. Yay! All right. So while we wait for Dr. Lupo's card, or question, I should say, let me write down, we're at 152.45. And Marlene has won our giveaway. Sorry, drawing. I always mix those up, as you all know. I always do. So Marlene, let's pull a card for Marlene. What does she need to know? Marlene, what does Marlene need to know? And we have here the moon, something with the moon, subconscious mind, something with the subconscious is really what's standing out to me. Some cycle as well, cycle ending, cycle closing out. Ooh, with the curandera of fire. Is this the, yeah, King of Fire, King of Wands. Wow. Okay, so the Queen of Wands is like sovereignty, like being able to be in control and in power of your own self. King of Wands kind of takes it up a notch in a more masculine way. So this is like really stepping into the masculine energy to help with the, hijacked feminine energy that the moon has like taken the power or control over. So it's almost like a union of that divine feminine and divine masculine coming in to help kind of gain back the power from the moon, so to speak, and how it controls, or I won't say it controls and runs this matrix, but it definitely is a cog in the wheel or machine to keep us locked and loaded in this matrix system for sure. All right, so what else does Marlene need to know about this, please? Happiness. I love it. Happiness. So this is like fourth house vibes. Yeah, sense of contentment, coziness, happiness. So you might even be taking power back around the home and making things more like organized or systematic, like just making things flow better as well. So cool, cool, cool. Congrats again, Marlene, on us pulling your name out of the hat. Dr. Lupo, our question is, my brother died. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Has he already crossed over? Let's feel into it. I'm actually, I don't know, was he a gardener at all? Or had anything to do with that? So I'm using the Herb Crafter's Tarot. It just feels right. Let's put these cards back though. We're going to play the full deck. I'm so sorry though about the loss of your brother. Let's really tune into your brother's true spirit and see if he's already crossed over. And of course, crossing over can mean many different things. I'm assuming that you're meaning completely out of this matrix. More of a tech nerd, yeah. Yeah. Let's just see if he's found his way completely out of this matrix. I don't know that many of us have, to be honest, like recently. But let's just see as far as crossed over, or is he just kind of more earthbound? We'll start it there. Well, Ace of Air, yes, he's crossed over. Doesn't mean he can't still get messages and do what he needs to do, but as far as stepping out of just becoming, quote unquote, an earthbound spirit, he's already stepped out of that arena, so to speak, which is good. We don't want him to be caught as an earthbound. That's not fun for anybody. Yeah, I've been trying to make myself open to talking to me, but have heard not a thing. And that could be why. It's almost like, it's interesting because we have the Ace of Air, which is the Ace of Swords, and I just saw this very clean cut, like, I'm out, I'm done. Doesn't mean he cuts ties with everybody, doesn't care, none of that. But there was a very clear, like, contractual endpoint, or what do I call it in my book? Trying to remember. I can't remember what I'm calling that in my book. It's right there on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, basically there are kind of end dates or end points that we put as like in our soul contracts when we come into any incarnation. We kind of have kind of escape clauses, so to speak. Like, yeah, things are getting a little hairy out there. I'm out. And he's actually had two other distinct choice points as far as do I stay, do I go? Even if in the moment it didn't even seem like, maybe it was like a close call with a car accident. And another one was sometime in childhood with an illness. And even if it was like a choice point, he had decided at that time, no, I'm not being taken out by this illness. So maybe that illness wasn't that bad. Or, you know, if he had been hospitalized as a child for something, it may have been an injury rather than illness, but I see him in bed for a while. But yeah, he made a very clear choice. Like, this is my end point. So he made that choice. That wasn't like someone else came in and made it for him, or entities attached and forced him to do. Like, he's like, I'm out. Again, though, that doesn't mean you won't still hear from him eventually, because there's some reason he specifically wanted out. Yeah, he's like, I'm moved on. Like, literally, the Chariot is travel. He's traveled beyond. So he's definitely, and you've got a yes with confirmation with the Ace of Swords, he's traveled beyond the veil. So he's made it out. I do still see him being able to communicate with you through animals. I see specifically animals. So I'm actually going to get the animal deck here and see what specific animal. I have chills now. So it's not like he doesn't have, because what he's showing me is like a two-way or a one-way mirror. Like, you can look into that mirror and you just see your own reflection, but he's looking through it more like a window. Like, he can see you, he can be with you, but maybe you're not picking up what he's throwing down until he sets very clear intentions to send you a sign. He knew he was dying for 2 years. I think at the end he accepted it and moved on. Yeah, we are in a good place. I'm not sure he has anything to say. Yeah, but again, no, not necessarily, because there's some spiritual wisdom I think he wants to pass on to you or give you. I got major chills now. So yeah, it's like so close yet so far away is kind of the energy he's conveying. And he's like, if you could just sense how close I still am to this realm without technically being in this realm, you'd like pee your pants and laugh. Like it's so laughable that we say they've moved on, they've crossed over, because I'm still here. Like he's just like like a laughing kind of energy, like I'm still here, but not, so let's see what specific animal and whatever message is coming through with this animal that he's going to use to communicate with you, either now, near future, maybe as like a lifelong power animal between the two of you. Let's just see if we can get tuning into Terran's brother's true spirit, what he's sending through. The snow leopard. Of course it's a cat. Of course it's a cat. The snow leopard. Mystery, agility, belief, and sensitivity. Yeah, it's almost like he's helping you with your spiritual progress and development. Even if he himself in life wasn't a super spiritual dude, he had proclivities to certain spiritual concepts, for sure, for sure. Even if he didn't admit those out loud. But this to me feels like it's like he's gained deeper access to his own spirit beyond the veil, so to speak, that now he can almost be like whispering certain spiritual knowledge into your ear or through sign symbol synchronicities. Yeah, snow leopard. Wow. We have a password, so I know it was him, and it is animal based, sort of. It makes sense. Okay, wow. I just saw the mountain gorilla on the back of the deck. I don't know if that means anything, but let's just see. But yeah, it was weird because he didn't show me a specific animal, but I have major chills because it's like, I'm like, what? How is he getting signs, symbols, whatever to you? And I was directly guided to that animal deck. So there you go. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Anything else? And then we have the lizard with Tutera. Dreaming, sight, knowledge, and hidden gifts. Yeah, again, he's passing on spiritual knowledge, hidden gifts, wisdom to you. And then, of course, the number 18 here is associated. And then, yeah, more childhood stuff. Gotcha. And then the number 13. Wow. So the number 13 is like that death card, or not death card, but like the number of death. That majorly superstitious number to where they're not even putting 13 floors on these buildings. Like, what's that about? But like, yeah, it's the divine feminine number as well, the number 13. But yeah, he's getting you, and again, mountain gorillas on the back. Reverence, contemplation, community, and inner calm. And the number there is 12. So yeah, so he just showed me like an action hero as well, like an action figure. Some sort of action figure. Again, maybe that's something to do with your childhood stuff. I'm just saying what's coming through. I never know. I never know what this stuff means exactly. But let's just see if there's any specific message he has now that we've kind of established some sort of connection here. Super Zoodle. I've never even heard of that. What the heck is that? I need to look that up. But here's his message. Hiha of water. So this is the child or page of water, or child of cups, page of cups. So this is about when you are in a creative flow state, or this is like that childlike sense of wonder. Maybe even going back to childhood, because this can be considered a pregnancy card, a childhood card, all these things, but also very creative energy as well. Because what does it take to create a child? Literal, sexual, creative life force energy. But yeah, and chamomile. So I don't know if you're growing chamomile or have any plans for chamomile or what have you. But you can get really connected to him through chamomile. We also have cedar, and we have yarrow. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think all of these grow in the mountains. So yes. So very interesting how that is. Oh, it was a puppet he used to operate as a kid that was a zookeeper superhero. Oh, that's funny. I love that. Well, there's your animal thing, zookeeper. I may not be picking up what he's giving you, but hopefully he gave you enough to know that that connection's still established. And now I have major chills again on the crown. Your connection to him is not lost. And if anything, it's stronger now because there's not this human ego on his end in the way of your communication. So it really is, if you want to connect to him, you can, and you absolutely can. I would just always, and this is something I've learned along my way, set that intention each and every time you feel him around or that you personally want to reach out to him, that you establish that you are only reaching your brother's true spirit, because a lot of entities, like you know me back in the day, all up on my friend John that passed away, which I know we've talked about him many times. Me and John right here, and then there's our other friend Isaac. But yeah, but he actually, not to say he didn't come through to me, he did, but a lot of like the entities that were kind of hijacking my spiritual awakening would use John's image and memories I had with him and passwords and stuff that I had that, you know, between him and I, they could just get into those Akashic records. Entities can do this with a snap of a finger and make us believe that we are talking to our crossed over loved one when in fact it's false light entities or, you know, trickster beings trying to get a loose feed, you know. So I always set the intention that my free will not be overrun, that I will connect only directly with the one that I'm looking to connect with, the true spirit of the one I'm looking to connect with. And that cuts down on a lot of the fat that would come in and just rush in, you know. So yeah, absolutely. Cool. Yeah, it must be. There must be some really good childhood memories between the two of you, because I feel like this real strong, like I'm seeing this, like real strong. I don't know if you guys arm wrestle. That's what that kind of looks like looking in my viewfinder here. But like real strong bond, even if you've fought. I mean, what brothers don't? But deep down and on a spirit level, there's a very strong and deep bond that could never be broken through a simple transition of life like has just occurred. Yeah, could never be broken. So there you go. Big hugs. I'm so sorry for your loss. Yeah, even if you knew for 2 years that he's transitioning, that's still hard, you know? It starts to get us all, you know, when if it's your own sibling, you know, we start thinking of our own mortality or immortality or what have you, you know? Yeah. Aw, big hugs. Yeah. We're a super supportive bunch around here. Yes, we are. Well, Linda, I think has left the building. So I'm going to actually write her down, not for Friday, because I will be gone Friday. So today is our only live stream this week. But for next Wednesday, Brandy Lynn has passed on her reading, and we drew Linda's name. I'm making myself a note here, sorry. Giveaway. And I think that's all I have. So let's see. I think that's the last donation. And I probably should grab some. No, we have one more. And I'm going to grab some lunch right after this. Yes, Florence B. And she usually will leave her question. Yes, she did leave her question. Perfect. So we have a full read for Florence B. Perfect. Okay. No, you did not complicate things at all. I love that you did that. That's so sweet of you. No, that just leaves some exciting little thing for Linda to come to next Wednesday's live stream if she's here and discover that you passed your giveaway. Sorry, yeah, giveaway. No, I did get it right that time. Your giveaway reading onto her, and I'm sure she's gonna love that. So thank you. Nothing to be sorry about at all. So let's get into Florence's questions. Florence, like to continue the free card reading where the younger guy came through. He's actually my twin flame and we haven't talked for months. Is there any info that wants to come through? And then some advice for my part on the twin flame journey would also be helpful. Awesome. So let me get my timer started. Boom, boom. So, boom. Okay. Tuning in for Florence on this twin flame. Can she get some more information on that? That came through. Is his name Nico? Something like that? I think, if I remember correctly. That's who I thought of when that card came out. I'm like, maybe. But yeah, and then the vacation thing came out. I'm like, this has to be. Possibly. Potentially. But it made sense with that. Just like no communication, not really talking. But yeah, let's just see. Haven't talked for months. Is there any info that wants to come through? In alignment with the true spirit. Well, 9 of Wands, and of course I'm shuffling it in reverse, and we'll take this 3 of Wands as well. Death card's on the back, but it's more of an internalized kind of transformational kind of thing because I'm shuffling in reverse, and there's a reason why certain things happen, and they did that way. So 3 of Wands means maybe there is a delayed trip, or you had maybe thought of, or maybe together you had planned a trip that just never had happened. and maybe you're still thinking about that even after months and months of no communication. Um, it's still there though. It's still in your awareness. There's something about it. And it's almost like the same lady. I know her hair's slightly different, but she's almost wearing the same thing. Not quite. Similar but different. um, but the Nine of Wands is about going the distance. Literally, if you're traveling, going the distance. But when it's reversed, again, it's more internal. So maybe you're doing some shamanic journeying, like within your own body and spirit, to do some healing surrounding this connection. It doesn't necessarily mean, again, kind of piggybacking on the one card pull or whatever we did earlier, that you have to get into physical contact with him again and try to work things out. This to me feels much more like an inner journey and inner healing. Specifically, let's get some of these tea leaves out and see, what is this inner healing journey with her twin flame looking like? Someone will gossip about all your secrets. So there might have been certain things you told him that you're now kind of second guessing or wishing you hadn't told him. Or again, maybe you had held certain things close to the chest because you didn't want him to know. Either way, take it as it resonates, because you can get kind of a almost dualistic message from what we're getting from this card. But you know what happened or didn't happen. And it's good. So if you did tell him, I don't see that he would blab that out, but if you did not tell him, I'm seeing that it's good that you didn't tell him certain things. But yeah, you might see a lot of birds when you're thinking about him. Again, birds like are messengers of spirit a lot of times. Two cards fall as well. Ant, work, achievement, and success and intent, temporary situation. So even if you did meet up with him at some point and you were working kind of remote, from an Airbnb or a hotel or, hostel or wherever it was you were staying, there was some work or success or achievement that came in for you around the time that you either you were with him or you were really thinking about him. You don't have to physically be where he is, but there was a trip you took, temporary situation, which to me means like a trip or an excursion of some kind, where you were working and you had some sort of achievement, success, breakthrough. You still haven't reaped the reward or abundance fully from whatever this is. Let's see if we can get some more information. Gavel, involvement with the law. So it could have been something you signed a contract on or eventually will sign a contract for. Could be like changing jobs, shifting jobs. Maybe when you did meet him or were really thinking about him while you were on a trip, even if he was not there. Again, I'm sorry this reading is so dualistic, but it's like his energy right now to try to read into is so closed off that I'm almost just having to read what happened to you to kind of get to that energy. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So I don't know if he has you like blocked or something, but there's something you're healing, and it's going to possibly deal with a contract you're signing. Could be a work contract, something to do with something that feels personally fulfilling, either in the material world or spiritual, or even feeling like mentally satisfied with something. Maybe you're learning something that's going to lead you to more abundance. But there's something that happened or kicked off around the time you had a lot of thoughts flowing in his direction, or maybe you did physically travel to meet up with him, that you haven't reaped the abundance that's due to you yet. You still haven't reaped that reward or abundance. So let me see. Yeah, let's go to this. Actually, no. Yeah, shamanic medicine cards. What is this abundance that Florence has yet to reap from whatever this is? Again, we had that death card on the back of the deck initially, but it was in reverse. Now we have the death with transmigration. And I just heard bilocation. I don't know if you know what that means, but it's basically someone who can basically project their consciousness and even their physical body to be taking up two different locations at the same time. And I know that sounds like crazy or like how could that actually happen, but there have been documented cases that this has happened. Usually with highly advanced spiritually, like monks and this kind of thing can do this, but again, it's a very rare thing. But it's almost like through your shamanic journey, you can travel back almost like a time machine through time to revisit certain memories, to do some healing, maybe even surrounding the death of that connection or the ending of that connection, or, even if you're just kind of in a timeout and that connection hasn't completely severed or ended, you're doing some healing surrounding this. Maybe even by doing some shamanic journeying that feels very close or similar to bilocation. And it's interesting because we have Allison Coe email just popped up, and she's a quantum healing hypnosis practitioner. There's no accidents. She's saying book your spot today. I'm not saying you have to book a spot with her, but I'm just going to read her email to see if there's any guidance or information. Hello to you, beautiful souls. I'm emerging from a 6-week spiritual sabbatical into what feels like a new world. I've stepped out of my cocoon. Transformation. I mean, we can't make this stuff up. So let's see. Change out of my cocoon, a changed woman. The result of deep and continual spiritual dives. To me, it is a necessary process in these days and times. My closeness to God has increased exponentially, which brings me tears daily. Joyful tears, to be sure. I feel blessed that I was able to heed the call and step further toward God. There are many different tools we can use for renewal and purification for our souls. So she's talking about now spiritual hypnosis, like beyond quantum healing, is one tool that can lead to heightened clarity. And this is kind of what I was trying to, like, an inner shamanic journey. And then this email pops up. Like, you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. And what time did this email come in? At 14:14. So at 1:14. Well, 2:14, because for some reason I'm on a time frame or time zone higher than where I'm actually living on my email for some weird reason. So that's technically 2:14 p.m. Although it's only 1:16 where I'm at, but it came in at 1:14 where I'm at. I actually went through the deepest healing in the past month since I met him. Okay, there you go. So this should hopefully make sense to you. But let's just see, as far as your own journey, because I'm going to get to that kind of second part of your question. Advice for your part of the twin flame journey. Again, I just see you really connecting back to your own spirit, because if you are true twin flames, which you think you are, which amazing, you going and visiting and timer connecting to your spirit also connects directly to him if you're part of the same spirit, right? So it's amazing that you just going back home, that death and rebirth back to your own spirit through this shamanic journey, or all this healing you've done and probably will do more in the future, will lead you back to him. Maybe again, though, not in this physical incarnation. Maybe you have kind of quote unquote gone your separate ways. That remains to be seen. And I know you directly kind of didn't quite ask about that, but it's not even important to your journey. I know it feels very relevant or important. Like, well, are we going to reconnect again? Seems very feasible and important to know that, right? Obviously and absolutely. But as far as what your spirit wants you to know right now, that is unimportant, which I know sounds weird, but that's what's coming through. But what is important for Florence to focus on at this time on her twin flame, on her end of this twin flame journey? Water with expression, specifically creative or self-expression, being able to utilize that throat chakra, which is very telling. The fact that he is like, mum is the word, not saying a word. Communication is not flowing two ways here, but you can express yourself. And again, you don't have to, flood his inbox or text him all this stuff unless you feel the need to. That's on you if you want to do that. But this is just you expressing your spirit through your work colleagues, through your friends, your acquaintances, through any creative expression you want to do. This is how you're communicating. But also water. Maybe you're even doing like water, like sound baths with water. I know, like, if you fill different crystal glasses with different varying levels of water and you like hit the rim of it, it makes different pitches, different sounds, different noises. There's something very healing about this for you. I know, very random stuff coming in, but, and then feathers with restoration is on the back. So you're restoring parts of your spirit, like soul fractals that you have lost, not only in this incarnation, but I'm not even seeing that it is in this incarnation, but something from the past lives, like past lives, is coming in for you to bring back to wholeness for yourself. That's your focus of this twin flame journey moving forward, is to restore yourself back to wholeness. And as you do this and pick up your pieces, he's almost forced to do that work for himself, because you're leading back to the same source if you share that spirit, right? You twin souls share a spirit. So any work you do is work for also him, and any work he does is also work for you. Back to the source of who you are. Wow. And then wisdom with ancestors. Maybe there's some ancestral clearing and healing you're doing in tandem with your kind of twin flame journey thing you've got going on as well. So, wow. Very powerful message coming through that you're doing things right, and any spiritual nudges or intuitions you have anytime into the future, trust your intuition. You'll be guided where you need to be. Love it. All right. Oh, you went to, and I always mispronounce the name of that, so I won't even try to say it together. And now you're planning to move there. That's right. All right. That's so cool. Actually went through the deepest healing past months. Oh, Brianna's back. I know the twin flame journey is about coming into union with yourself. Is there any time frame that comes about the time frame of how long this deep work will still take? Let's just see. Five of Pentacles. So again, may not be happy with the answer, but I just heard it's going to take as long as it takes. I know that's such a snarky, like snippy, like comment to that. But that's your own spirit is like, well, it's up to you. If you just go all in on this work and do all this work, it's going to take a lot less time than if you space it out over the course of 20 years. So however much and however long you show up, and maybe, again, it's like these things happen in layers. So maybe you get back to good for a very long time, and then 15 years in the future, some new deep wound is ready to surface and be completely cleared and healed from your family lineage and your twin flame journey that you're at that time more equipped to deal with than you are in this now moment. So I'm hearing it's a lifelong journey, so to speak. But as far as like the deep healing work, I think you've done a lot of really deep healing work that anything that happens after this, yes, there's probably two more major big spiritual level ups throughout this incarnation that you're currently in that I'm seeing. Like I'm seeing this big timeline spread out, like, stretched out over time. And I'm seeing two more big like ping points with, they almost look like that communication card you or that expression card you had with like the eccentric circles rippling out, like ripples in a pond. But yeah, I see two more really big level ups over the next like 20 years for you. But as far as like the big deep wounds, maybe one of those will dive even deeper, but the other one feels more, as far as this big spiritual level up, you're not having to dive into the depths of your deepest like soul sucking experience. It feels more of a like stepping above, stepping beyond all of the mud and the muck. But there is one more big dumpster dive, I guess we could call it, that you're going to go on at some point in this lifetime. But you've done a lot of the work already, that this is just going to get the residual. And it may not even be something from this lifetime that you're really diving deep on that next big dive. Again, this feels like years out. So there might be this time coming up for you, Florence, of almost like a golden age for you coming up, that you can just feel you're still progressing, you're still growing, but you're not having these huge like emotional setbacks, so to speak. Yeah. All right, Florence, I hope that helped. All right, you guys. Well, that's going to do it for me. Let me just double, triple check we are caught up on donations, which I think we are. All right. I'm going to go have some lunch, you guys. Golden Age sounds good, right? I mean, not to say there won't be a little pebble to, get your, I'm seeing like a horse-drawn cart, like a pebble that hits the wheel just the wrong way, or the wheel goes over it just the wrong way to where it breaks the wheel, and then you got to pull over, fix the wheel, eel. Maybe you're swimming with some eels. You fix your wheel, and then you get back up and you keep on going. Like life's always going to have its ups and downs, but as far as like major like upheavals and emotional wounds, like we can usually point to, some of us more than others, a handful or more of those kind of events in life. But yeah, I see things are going to be much smoother for you than they have been for the next while, which is really good. Oh, you just donated only one card. Okay, perfect. So I'm not seeing it pop up yet. Yes, I did. Maybe. Here it is. I think this is it. No worries. Okay, so we have clear and concise message or symbol from spirit. Which of my ideas should I be focusing on right now in order to begin earning income? All right. For some reason, I'm really drawn to this secret language of animals, since we had Dr. Lupo's brother question come up. So let's just see for Brianna. Clear and concise message and symbol from spirit. Okay, here we go. Ooh, we have the stick insect, which I know, like, ew, disgusting. What is that? It says stillness, awareness, discernment, and composure. So in stillness, you're going to get your answer. But if one of the things that you're wanting to focus on has to do with stillness, awareness, discernment, and composure, then there's a very clear and concise answer for you. And then number 42, which is funny because I turned 42 on April 28th. So there's something between now and April 28th that is really going to expand for you. Oh, and Mama Monica's anniversary of her passing is coming up, isn't it? I have chills. Okay, she's reminding me of that. So let's see what she has to say. She's hijacking it. She's hijacking it. Yeah, I knew it was the day after my birthday. So that'll be Monday. Mom Day, Moon Day, Koala, calm, perspective, imagination, and ease. So really what Mama Monica's coming in to say is to really get in this stillness and calm. This still and calm space where there's time to have that awareness, that discernment, that composure, that perspective, that ease, that imagination, all the things. She's saying, simmer down now. Simmer down now. Yes. Meditation. Answers come in meditation, shamanic journeys. Yes. But yeah, as far as the clear and concise message and symbol, let's just see if we can get any. Actually, oh, we're going to this deck. I never know until I know. Okay, here we are. Clear and concise message or symbol. Well, we also have the koala and that stick insect. So you might even see not specifically a spider, because they kind of are their own, arachnid kind of vibe. But insect, as far as 6-legged creatures, which would include your butterflies and your this and your that. Even ladybugs, I think, are 6-legged insects. Yeah. You might see an insect on a very specific thing, like someone's t-shirt, or, oh, there's an insect on this journal page that I just wrote. So specifically, I just see this ant staring at me from someone else's reading. I didn't put the cards back. So there's a reason these things happen. So what I see with this is you are being directed, like the insect kingdom is directing you in a way. So if you see, like, I don't know, you're watching something and there, like, a fly is on your TV screen or something, pay very close attention to how the insect kingdom is showing up to give you messages. Say you're watching, I got chills now. Yeah, specifically watching something on a TV or on a screen of some kind, TV, phone, tablet, whatever. You're watching something and an insect flies into or is walking on the screen, which happens usually more close to those warmer months anyway, where you'll have like a moth darting at your TV screen at night or something like that. But when that happens for you, pay very close attention, because there's a message that bug is trying to convey. Yes, clarity. Your clarity is coming. Clear and concise message or symbol from spirit. Clarity is coming through the insect kingdom, specifically. And you may even be in your meditation and see a specific insect that's more specific that can guide you even further. Man, oh man, there was a fly on my windshield this morning and it was injured. I tried to let it fly out, but I had to actually kill him so that I wouldn't wreck. Right? But see, I'm hearing, well, your life was more valuable than his, and he doesn't take it personally, is what I'm hearing. So don't worry about that. But think of that. Think of just that instance as a message as well. The fact that, this is really distracting me to where I gotta do what I need to do in the moment to make it stop. And you did that. And now that was probably very, so of course Mama Monica's like, let's simmer down. Let's bring it back down. That makes sense. All right. Final message. I mean, I know it's weird. It doesn't even tell you what is right to be focusing on specifically, but it's telling you how to get in the mind state that you can tune into that for yourself, which is weird. Prayer and hope goes right in with meditation and shamanic journeying. It's all very interwoven and connected energy. So basically what's being said here is you're not getting your answer from me, you're getting your answer from yourself by way of me and Mama Monica and Spirit guiding you to get into calm, to get into stillness, to be able to get this answer. Because you already know the answer. It's already in there. Just dig down in during meditation and pull it up. And it's funny too, because when we're digging in the dirt and in the garden, there's usually insects about. So it makes sense. You got to dig down where the insects are, get down on your knees, in the ground, in the dirt where the insects are, and still yourself, calm yourself enough. Maybe even meditating out in nature, if that's even possible for you, could really benefit you, and you will get very clear guidance. So as weird as it sounds, it's not coming from this reading specifically, but this reading is guiding you to get your guidance. I know I do. I don't know where my subconscious fear comes from. That I think the answer, I think that's the answer. Spiritual detox. There you go. Yeah. Wow. All right. Final message. I know. We're getting it. Anything else Brianna needs to know? Oh, it slipped. Whew, slippery energy. Middle world. Be in the present moment. And the horse is out in nature. Like a back against a tree was kind of how I was picturing you out in nature already. And then this is just confirmation. I should have said it already. Get your back against a tree, sit your butt on the ground. If you can take your shoes and socks off and just put your feet, plug them directly into the earth like an outlet, and just allow the breeze to blow across your skin, and, as close to like more rural or wild nature as you can get, the better. But if you only just have access to a city park or something, then take what's available. But if you can get closer to, actual nature, which is not like, human maintained park type nature, but like actual, like, something more like a walking trail or next to a river, not so much, maybe slightly maintained by man, but not completely landscaped, if that makes sense. Then you're going to be better off to get your answers. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Well, guys, that's going to do it for me today. I think I'm caught up. I'm in double check, though. I don't want to leave anyone hanging. Don't leave me hanging, bro. All right. Perfect. Yeah. Pure, clean earth. Perfect. And you're going to get your answer that way rather than through the reading today. Sorry about that. That was not my doing, by the way. Mama Monica knows what she wants. But you might even get a very lovely connection and message to her from her directly. So yeah, that was your confirmation. I love it. Perfect. Beautiful. Take what resonates. I love it. Yeah, you're most welcome, my dear. It's always a pleasure to read for you. So yeah. And again, anyone interested in the candle game I've got going on up in here, that smells so good. And yes, when you have input about what you want the candle to look like, you can also tell me some scents that really resonate with you or that you like. And I can intuitively, this is an intuitive outfit just as much as my tarot reading is. I'm intuitively guided to certain things, certain scents for people. But if you also just want to completely leave it open to spirit, I can do a shamanic journey to really figure out what candle types and things. Just if you want to be completely surprised, like that would be me. Like I'd be like, just surprise me. I just want to see what you come up with. Like I've done for my friend. I'm like, you order what you think I want or need. Don't ask my opinion. You just do you. I will love what I get. I will love it. Oh, cool. Yeah. Feel free. Again, it might take me a few days to get, onto my little family vacation or family reunion and then back in the swing of things. But I'll definitely be in touch for sure. So big hugs, everybody. Much love. And yeah, I will not be here Friday. Just a reminder for those that did not hear that earlier. I will not be here Friday because I will be out of town, family reunion vibes. But I will be back Wednesday. Fingers crossed, all things green light go. It'll be again at 11 a.m. Mountain Time next Wednesday, which puts us into May. I think that May. It's either April 30th or May 1st. I think. No, it would be May 1st. Yeah, I guess. Right? I think so. I'll see you. This is the last I'm seeing of you in April, but I will be a year older when you see me next. I will be 42 when you see me next. Unless I don't see you for a few years, then I might still claim I'm only 42. No, I'm just kidding. I'm probably the only person out there that's like excited to turn the next year older. I don't care. It does not bother me. I'm actually looking forward to the menopausal years because that's when you can really, and that's the thing is when I first started the spiritual journey, I'm like, oh, the mother, that's where that literal life force is coming in, is that mother energy. But when you're when you're any age, you have access to your mother, your maiden, and your crone at any age. Let's just put that out there. But when you are in that crone era, like physically speaking, as a crone, when you are post-menopausal, you know, an older lady, you don't need to menstruate. You don't need to be, you know, driven by your sexual desires. You are just the embodiment of the divine feminine without having to even try. So, like, looking forward to that eventually. I'm still got some time, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not going to be one of those ladies that's like, oh, menopause. I will embrace it with open arms, but I'm just hoping I get a few more years in this kind of prime state before that happens, you know. All right. Yeah, love it. All right. Oh, you're under attack today. Oh no. Yeah, just set some intentions. Use your power. You're very powerful, Amber. So, yeah, you set those intentions and you send them on their merry way. You send them packing. Much love, everybody. Thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here on Reportal Tarot Live again next week. Yes, an egg cleanse. You want a room temperature egg. Get a room temperature egg and a glass of water, like a glass, so that you can actually see what's going on. You can do all sorts of things with an egg cleanse. You can see any darts that are coming at you or any negativity that's coming off you, but it really helps. But before you put the egg in the water, you rub that egg all around and just feel intuitively. There might even be certain areas on your body you're intuitively feeling, like me always, back of the head. They have this like metallic looking helmet cage thing. The entities, the controllers, whatever you want, matrix elves, machine elves, as Terrence McKenna calls them, that put this like almost cage helmet thing over my head and cause migraines and all sorts of craziness. That I always spend a lot of extra time up in my cerebral region when I do an egg cleanse. Yeah, an uncracked egg. Yes. And it has to also not be hard boiled, because that wouldn't help us see what's going on very well. A raw egg that's not cracked, you don't want to crack it and rub it all over yourself. I mean, although that would be good for your hair and skin. Have you ever done like a hair mask with eggs in that? Oh, so good for your hair and skin. But that's not what we're talking about. Yeah. Oh, migraine and nausea. Yeah, get a room temperature egg. The more organic, the better. But like, you know, an egg is an egg. You can make it work. Yeah, rub that all over. You'll feel intuitively guided on certain areas of the body that need a little more love. And just envision all of that negativity, toxicity, just stuff that's not serving you going into that egg. Anything that entities have that are already in your field can get into that egg. That entity's sucked right into that egg, and any negativity that's being directed at you into the egg. And I did one egg cleanse on my son who was kind of getting some bullies going on at school. Didn't have any issues after that. Not one issue after that. So it works so well. Yeah. Oh, if you only use organic, you're already good to go. All right. So do that. Then you can just Google egg cleanse. I don't have to give you the step-by-step play-by-play. It's pretty easy to find on Google how to do that, but it's very potent, very powerful. And especially when you double it up with all your intentions, amazing. Yeah. If she's got any issues at school with kids or bullies or certain teachers, you can even set that intention that anything going on with certain teachers, certain bullies, certain anything, even if you don't know the cause of certain things, because that's the thing. We might think that, oh, well, Sheila over there, she keeps bad mouthing me and she's this and she's that. Well, if there's an entity working through Sheila, you're not getting to the root cause. So don't just leave it as, oh, only what Sheila's doing or what Johnny's doing over here. That was the name of the kid, by the way, that was bothering my son, Johnny. But, you know, just say, and anything associated or working through certain people, if it is a certain person, because then you'll get more close to the root rather than just a symptom or a byproduct of what it is. Yeah, for sure. So try it out. It's very powerful and you will love the results. So much love, you guys. I already did my thing. So bye.